Yeah.
Cool. Let's do it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to It's a Long Story, our Wednesday night. It's a Long Story, which we run 3 campaigns a week. This is our Wednesday night campaign with our beloved, our first run, our hamster.
Oh, geez.
OGs. Yes, I love it.
Flagship.
Your
Flagship.
budget. Great.
Budget. Let's get a couple more in here. What else do we got?
Your favorite?
The group that is the Mongoose crew. We are so
Okay.
we are joining them in a little it's always a predicament, but in a very interesting sort of point where they are in the underwater kingdom of Anoria, having just pretty much saved the whole nation, which is pretty cool. So, without further ado, Royal Scribe, if you would take it away from where we left off.
Yes. So we started the session with Milo being left behind in the Rifu, inside the Rifu in Memoriam, and he takes these stone tablets that he can't read because they're in Primordial, and also gets a cool new staff from basically the Marid's lair, and then leaves behind lots and lots of riches without even a thought. Then after that, Eldrin and Guar kind of explain everything to the king of what's going on, and tells him that he needs to have an emergency council meeting. Gerard also freaks out and attacks Guar and a guard, and then what's it called? Drags Saren's body. Drug Saren's body? What's the right word?
Drug.
All right. Did that with Saren's body. Nope, that sounds bad. Drag Saren's body.
Oh, it's going to be a good one, gang.
We're doing so well.
It's going to be a good one.
It is. And then we switch over to, because the Mongoose crew seems to always separate the party. And so we switch over to Saren and Wilbur. Venesepa made it very clear that Wilbur's not worth a response and just ignores him. And Saren, mouthing sorry, leaves Wilbur behind and basically has a fun, long conversation with Venesepa where she makes a deal, and it has something to do with collecting things from time to time that have to be souls of some type or thing. Who knows? It could be the souls of fireflies, bees, we don't know. Anyway, he also made it very clear that he wants to claim Tal, not end him, and he also will help Saren find Raylor. But the creepy thing is that he doesn't ask for anything in return for that one. So what does he gain from that? We don't know yet. We'll find out. So back at the castle, Guar and Eldrin are going to tag team on talking to the council. Eldrin asks everyone who's there, which is just Guar and Noros at the time, because Wilbur and Saren look dead right now. Basically asks them to minimize Erlin's involvement, and they're able to do this and stress that the Ixochitl may not be to blame either. Before the council gets there, Wilbur wakes up and realizes he was dead after some discussions from Guar and Eldrin. And then during the council meeting, Guar and Eldrin do all their convincing and are able to take the full suspicion off of Erlin, because I rolled a nat 20 on that. And which was really cool. So after that, there's some discussion that goes on, and it ends up with Guar, Milo, and Nora go out to try to defuse some bombs and also get the Ixochitl to surrender peacefully, which they are able to do, which was very exciting. And then Saren Astro projected into Volmos' cell and watched while it was blown up, and he is grabbed and pulled down through a hole. And that's where we ended.
That is where we ended.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. Sorry.
Oh, and also,
I didn't see that.
friggin' Zaris is definitely being creepy about having the Marid's body.
That is a way to put it for sure. I get what you're saying. That's funny. That should be better. So Jamie, I just sent you something. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's everything. So
I have a question.
Go for it.
So is it just Wilbur, Eldrin, and her father in the council room when that explosion happens because Guar, Milo, and Nora were off doing their thing?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Is it just Eldrin, Wilbur, and her dad in the council room or throne room because when the explosion happens? Because Saren was astral projected, and then also Guar, Noros, and Milo were diffusing bombs. I wasn't sure if that happened at the same time.
Yes, yeah. So I'd say we can take it from there if there's something you'd like to do there. I was trying to figure out where to start. So if you want to start there, we can.
I mean, yeah.
So we'll kind of zoom into. I kind of imagine so we're going to kind of push time a little forward as there is a very I would say this takes throughout the night. So I'd say it probably is about midnight when you're all able to return. So in the meantime, where do you think you guys are, Eldrin? I was picturing Corvus'
has the explosion
like, chambers.
Yeah,
but
have the explosion happened yet?
not yet.
Okay, all right. Then yeah, we would probably be. We wouldn't just be hanging out probably in the throne room. I'm guessing maybe we're in like his study or something like that with him, and maybe my mom is there. I'm not sure if she's tending to. Actually, Ladrin would be tending to if the children were afraid. So
Right.
that's why you have a lady maid.
Yeah. So I think everybody is here. There's also this like awkward sort of thing of like safety wise, everybody has to be in the same room right now.
Yeah.
So there's a point where
Wait, is it still just Wilbur and my parents and me though? Are we all back together?
I would say no. I would say it makes sense that your brother and sister are here.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
So
it's the Enrats and Wilbur.
it's the Enrats and Wilbur.
I'm family.
Yeah.
So you see your father kind of like he is sitting off has taken the stool from like an area of his study and is actually sitting kind of facing this very large window that is looking out into the landscape of Honoria. And you see him consistently like having his head kind of tilt back slightly, and you feel that he is sending and giving messages constantly throughout this.
Okay.
Your mother is your mother's probably pacing, I imagine.
Eldrin's
like-
pacing too, but in an opposite corner.
I think there was probably a point in time where she had offered that maybe she should go with one of the, and like it was clearly like, no, you cannot do that. You have to be holed up here. So she's definitely tiger in a caging right now.
Mhm.
I think Ladrin is. I imagine Ladrin is currently playing a game with your with Navos. I say some sort of they're playing D&D. They're just playing a little like miniature version of D&D and just rolling dice. And
I love it.
and your sister is on your father's bed with a She has a book in her hands, I think. You don't notice the pages moving.
Okay.
You see that eventually, like every once in a while, you see her eyes kind of just dart above the book and is just looking at everyone. She's been invited to play, and she's been like, "No, I'm not playing that stupid, silly game."
Okay.
All good. Cool. All right. What is because I think Eldrin, you kind of have a plan on this. What is Wilbur doing right now?
I think Wilbur is probably just sitting in a corner by himself. Because he just recently realized that he was without a pulse and yet is still here, and also apparently can now breathe underwater. And he's just sitting, like, thinking about everything, trying to take this whole situation in, wondering if he's going to leave underwater alive.
Okay, cool. Do you guys think you brought Saren's body here?
But Gerard has it.
Oh, that's a good point.
He dragged it away from the Mongoose crew.
That's right.
Yeah.
I would say it took probably, because you guys have a good amount of time. It took about an hour to be able to convince, like Gerard, hey, this is where we're going. And I think it's something that like Gerard is still in the corner, kind of like eyeing all of you, still basically kind of like sitting on a portion of Saren's body.
I imagine Eldrin gave up after 5 minutes, and Wilbur did the rest of the 55 minutes to try and convince
Cool.
Gerard.
I think a lot of it was too of like the results. Wilbur, roll me an animal handling check.
Can do that. I'm good at that. 25.
Okay. With a 25, I would say you're able to convince Gerard to follow, and you're able to help Gerard bring Saren's body into the room. Gerard is sitting off in a corner away from all of you, but probably closest to Wilbur. Wilbur right now seems like the only person that seems to approach Gerard.
Okay.
I could give like 2 shits about Gerard right now.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think also I'm pacing like my mother. If I notice that I'm doing the exact same thing as her, Elstrin stops and goes and sits down next to Wilbur.
Okay.
But because she can't just sit still, she then starts tapping her foot. And I think every once in a while she asks Wilbur like to confirm, like, okay, you said like that she was with who? Like those kind of things. Because Wilbur actually, let's roleplay this because Wilbur has not told us about Beneseppa.
Right. Yeah, let's do that.
So, okay, yeah. So I say, so after pacing around and then noticing that I look just like her, I sit down and I turn to Wilbur and I say, so what happened again? Can you explain? Who is Saren with? Is she dead? Is she alive?
Well, as far as I know, she asked to leave whatever the hell that place was safely. So I don't think she's dead, but I also don't know what's going on. And she was talking to Beneseppa.
Don't think you know that.
Oh, wait, I don't know that. Shit.
So you remember the door closing.
I don't know. We were someplace, and Beneseppa was there, and Beneseppa shut the door.
Who is this Beneseppa? Can I roll on that name?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna guide myself. Roll a natural one.
Cool. Yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah, I'm like, who's this Beneseppa? That's such a stupid name.
I don't really know a lot about this Beneseppa. Beneseppa was at the meeting with all the other primordials when they told me I was going to be a primordial. and I don't remember him saying much of anything, if anything at all. Just being there.
A little on edge, Eldrin turns to her father and says, I bet Zaris would be a lot of help right now if we could get him to actually come here and do his job. Because we had an argument or a little bit earlier. Remember when I said, like, he's lying to you? He's like, well, it's good luck you work with him.
Cool. Your father does not hear you. I just rolled a 4 and a 1.
Eldrin is frustrated by that. So yeah, that Eldrin says, Wilbur, can you tell me everything that happened at that meeting? That I know you told me the important parts, but who did you meet? Were they primordials? Were they?
They were all primordials, and I mean, I really don't remember much other than the important parts that I've already told you.
Okay.
It's very overwhelming.
For the
So-
record, anything that you, Miranda, don't know, you could just say I explain, like, general stuff. If you wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, if Wilbur wouldn't explain in depth, like the notes that I have for each, like, each member at the table, that's fine. Like, it was very overwhelming for him.
Is that what Wilbur's doing, or is this? Are you doing this as Miranda going like,
No,
I'm trying to explain everything I know, I don't remember?
I'm doing this as Wilbur. Like, Wilbur
Got
is overwhelmed by everything in this moment and everything that happened at that.
Cool, absolutely.
Yeah, okay, Eldrin nods and she, and then she says, and you said Cerilius was there as well?
Yeah, maybe Cerilius would know, but I don't know.
I guess I'll just put it on the list of people to contact if we survive the night. I probably say too loudly. There were children here.
Her sister just starts bawling.
Guar, roll me a d20.
Sorry, 13.
13? Okay, cool. Your father kind of turns around in his chair slightly at one point and just goes, he's coming back.
Who?
Oh, Guar. They were successful. Guar, was it Guar or Milo's group that had Quetzal? I don't remember.
We didn't say, did we?
Yeah, we didn't.
We didn't say.
didn't.
Because
we
all
just
three of the groups
convinced
were
them to-
successful in both.
It was one of you that rolled the nat 20. Whoever rolled the nat 20 was that group.
I
Which
think that
think
was
was Milo.
Milo.
I'll say. Yeah, I'll say it was me.
Because I rolled 19 or an 18. It was something like I knew
But
it wasn't.
these were separate rolls. These were separate instances because you guys went to
Yeah.
even separate areas.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
One was if we convinced it's a chittle to
Yeah.
stand down. The other one was if we defused the bombs.
Yeah, and we succeeded on all of those.
Right.
Oh, that's right. I did. Milo did run into Quetzal. That's
It
right.
was Milo.
Okay.
I remember because he was like in and around the castle, and Quetzal was like fleeing.
Cool. You see your father. You see Corvo stand up and go to the window and look down. And then makes a very like general motion, specifically to your mother and you, Eldrin, to like come closer.
Okay.
Assuming you
I do
both
so.
you both come to the window, you look straight down, you see there are there are about, well, let's rely on the dice. Come on, man. Jesus. Okay. You look out and you see about 50, very a typical size, sort of large size Ixtitzochitl on the front lawn, all seemingly to be in some sort of submissive position, like kind of like close to the ground, not moving. And you see that they're surrounded by guards. Roll me a perception check, Eldrin.
That would be perception. 23.
23, nice. Guar, do you choose to try to have a conversation with any of them? You're kind of like leading this troop, so you were able to convince them to come out and basically like lay down their arms.
Yeah, I think so. I think Guar would be feeling pretty good about his diplomacy skills right now.
Okay.
So
Do they speak common?
They do not.
Ooh, good question. So maybe I would have they lay down their flaps. Yeah.
You probably have a translator. One of the guards.
I was gonna say I have a translator. Yeah, I would just come up with some very eloquent, I would basically, or no, you know what? I'd go the intimidation route.
Okay.
We have killed your god, and we will do the same to you. This is your chance to come to the table and make peace despite what has happened.
Okay, cool. I believe we already made the roll, and I think it was intimidation originally.
Noros did intimidation.
Yeah, I did persuasion. Yeah.
Yeah, Norris's intimidation though was he thought he was being persuasive, but he just
That's
sounded
right.
like frightened.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Eldrin, you see Guar down below you, probably maybe 150 feet below you. Seems like you can hear this like very like that's all you can hear.
Okay.
But you see a wave of Ixtitzochitl seem to bow before Guar in this statement. I'll say Generous is with you.
Oh yeah. So did he just come back or?
Generous did follow orders and like went out with the troop. I'd say Guar, you were with him. You could definitely tell that he seemed to be miles away. But by the time that kind of speech ends, you see Generous come up to you and say, "Okay, the king would like to see you." He is in his study.
Okay, well, I'm ready whenever he's ready to come over here. Wait. The king of the Ixtitzochitl or King Corvos?
No, King Corvos.
Oh, I'll go to him. There. Okay, sorry. I was
all
like,
right, cool. I rolled to see if he would be receptive to the joke, and it was not good. So
yeah. Retcon.
Okay, cool.
Of course. Should I bring my new cohort with me?
The interpreter?
No. Did you see that? Would you see what just happened? That was really cool.
As you're just standing in front of this entire you're
I feel like Generous would be like
on the stage of this thing.
It's like C-3PO, like realizing Ewoks think he's a god. Like it's like that.
Generous would probably be like, they won't all fit in the study.
Right. Yeah. It's very like.
It was never mind, Generous. Yes.
Best.
Yes. Yes. It would not be prudent. Please make sure they stay here. Do you think they saw that? That was really cool. I was not expecting that. Do you think they saw that?
Do they think who saw that?
Do you think that Eldrin saw them all bow to me? That was.
The king is waiting on you, Guar.
I know you saw it. Then I walk away.
Cool. Yeah. You hold the finger as you walk.
I back away. I maintain eye contact. Yeah.
Love it. Awesome. You have one of the other guards kind of like walks you up to the room, and you burst through the room. I will say this: roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Sure thing. Con save 22.
22, nice. You are pretty beat up. I mean, there was a lot of there was a certain amount of scuffle that kind of happened, and also you had to go and find them, which was a lot of traveling and working. So you feel pretty, I'd say, mentally, physically, you probably feel pretty exhausted. Mechanically, you pass, so you were good there. But yeah, so you enter the room.
I bust in, and I just act like I just returned an interception 100 yards for a touchdown. It's like, did you see them bow to me?
Yeah, what was that about, Guar?
Well, I told him.
And ran out of nowhere. Where did you get that?
Oh, I had it in my pack. So I told them that I killed their god. We did, and they bought it, and then I ripped the wires out of the bomb, and they were like, "Whoa!" And then they just went like that, and I was like, "Oh." And I don't know. I just thought it was pretty cool.
I feel like none of us give him the reaction.
Yeah, there's total sounds. Corvos doesn't even turn to greet you when you come in. He's still looking outside.
Well, I know. I'm surprised too. Listen. I think that where I said we killed their god, I think that they think I'm their god now.
That's not what we want to have. Be more careful, Guar, because when you tell people that you killed their god, usually they get kind of violent. I know I would kill everyone in this room if someone told me that they killed Persona.
Can't even remember your god's name, so why would you mind?
Navos immediately looks up and goes, "What?"
It's fine. It's nothing. Persona's too strong. No one could kill him.
But do you see, we killed their god?
Wait. Time out. That's the clarification you give to the 10-year-old brother.
Yeah.
It's okay. It'll never happen.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's perfectly fine.
And I look at Navos. I just go, Navos, little brother. I promise you, I will never try to kill Persona. All right.
Okay.
You're my brother.
Navos just turns. Navos just goes, "Okay." Anyways, I cast Divine Smite and returns to the D&D game that he's playing.
Good move.
And this Eldrin realized, she's like, I mean, it would hurt me deeply, but if I had to choose between Persona and everyone in the room,
don't forget to count a spell slot.
Oh, right. And you see him kind of go to.
Have you played this game before, Guar?
I had a dream about it once.
Oh, okay. Well,
Some nerds I knew used to play it.
what about Milo and Nora? Did you see them?
I don't think they've played that game before either. I'm sorry. I'm very tired. What did you mean?
Are Milo and Noros alive? Is what I'm asking.
Don't just excuse himself. He's like, I'm out.
I don't know. Did you see them bow to me?
I did, but I apologize that I'm much more worried about our party member and my husband.
Eldrin, I feel like we have this kind of relationship now. Be honest with me. Have you had that many people bow to you before?
I would never want that many people to bow to me. They should be
I
bowing
didn't say
to
that.
Persona.
I didn't ask how many people you wanted to bow to you. I said how many people have bowed to you at once.
I don't know.
So I win.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
I've had more people bow to me than the heir to the throne of Honoria. This is pretty cool.
The current king of Honoria turns, and Milo, roll me a d20.
The current king.
doesn't seem to be hearing you guys.
But we're buddies. Like you would think he would at least humor me. Like, okay, Guar.
18.
I mean, his entire kingdom of millions of people could all be killed. So.
He is to play on that. He is very like jacked in right now.
For sure.
Yeah.
In public?
Yeah, that should be private.
Unbelievable.
Guar's not necessarily one to read the room all the time, so.
Right.
I like that Eldrin and
charisma,
Guar
low
don't read the Eldrin and Guar don't read the room in different ways, and
Like
I
the
love it.
opposite way.
The complete opposite.
Yes. High charisma, low intelligence, high intelligence, low charisma.
Milo, what'd you get?
18.
18? Okay, cool. Your Corvus turns around and goes, okay, another back.
Eldrin looks expectantly outside and sees this Milo and visibly deflates a little bit.
Yeah, you go to the window and you see.
Okay, you see Milo riding Duchess with a very prominent Ixochitl strung up to one of Duchess's legs.
I do say when I see that, I do say to my father, who I'm standing next to, I'm like, it's not a Triton, but that is a very impressive sight right there.
Did you see them bow to me?
With a very shiny looking, suspicious looking short sword being held up in victory.
And I say, I think he was born the wrong race, to be honest.
That's racist.
Again, I know this is a sore subject, but he rolled nat 20, so he's able to take a break for a second. I know this is a sore subject right now, but
You would.
I mean, you're already going outside the lines on marriage. Are you sure that? I mean,
I look at Corvus, right?
and I say, Father, your attempt at a joke is not funny. Good try, though.
Yeah. Right. Sorry.
And Guar, knowing that was absolutely not a joke, like I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
Right. Yep. Cool. Corvus does say, it seems that we've found Quetzal. I was told from the guards that he was going to come willingly, so this is an interesting sight.
You can ask Milo later.
Cool. We will bring him into the we'll bring him into the jail cell soon. Just waiting on one more. And like kind of shoots a quick look at Eldrin. Just to kind of like get the vibe.
Eldrin is just looking out the window now and waiting for Norris to appear.
Okay.
It's like in Homeward Bound, and Shadow doesn't come immediately.
Yeah. Milo, roll me a Constitution saving throw as you are coming up to the king.
19.
Okay, nice, very good. So same thing. Mechanically, you're fine. But you push through the doorways and you all see your short little friend.
Hey, how'd everybody get out with all of that?
It seems like Guar did fine. You what happened? Where did you find Quetzal?
Oh, I found I was over in the sculpture gardens. There were where the bombs were laid out over there, and Quetzal was
in between all of our family sculpture of all of my grandparents and
I mean, it must have been. It was a lot of people that looked vaguely like you. And Quetzal was trying to sneak away, and I talked to him and his people and got him to come back to the castle to clear everything up.
You did it.
And then I defused the bomb.
Why was he tied up?
Honestly, I just kind of thought it was funny.
It was.
Okay.
Hey, Milo. Quick question: how many of the Chittle bowed to you?
I don't know. I don't know if you've seen how they like locomote. I don't know if it's physically possible for them to bow to me.
Oh, it's possible.
There's
It's possible. It's possible. I'm just curious. I saw it happen a lot at the same time. So, yeah.
I turn to Milo at this. I say he's exhausted and he is speaking nonsense.
No, I'm not. I am absolutely not.
It is worthy of note that there is a separate sort of group of Exitzichitl that are coming up behind, that came up behind Milo. So there was 40 for Milo.
Maybe they were just like swimming, like this.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm just picturing like how I mean, I'm 3'8". I don't know how they would physically bow lower than it. It's not a big deal. Anyways,
like it's just. But
anyways,
not
I tied up Quetzal because they kept whining about the swim over here, and
yes,
I was worried somebody would go rogue and go off. So
It's very impressive that you got pretzel and knots. It's great. But did you see them bow to? Okay.
God damn it!
Someone saw.
You see Anrin put the book down, looking. Nice work. Brings the book back.
Thanks, Anrin.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
No, I don't. Gore, I don't know if you know. Like Anrin and I kind of have a whole rapport thing. It's kind of cute.
Doesn't put the book down, but just says behind the book, "It's weird when you say it like that."
I think so too. Right? Thank you. I was gonna say something, but
Navos also looks up and goes, "That was kind of weird that you said that."
Yeah, that's fair.
Then looks back down and goes, "Misses." Okay. Saren, roll me a d20, please. Good lord.
Four.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
So explosion hasn't happened yet.
Explosion has not happened yet.
Okay. All right.
Your mother comments that, okay, well, it looks like they're bringing Quetzal into the castle now. And your, I'd like an insight check on this as I say this. Corvos, puts a hand to his head. Okay, good, and kind of squeezes squeezes Ilrin's arm, your mom's arm, and then turns and looks at you, Eldrin, and goes, "Okay, he's back. He's safe."
You want me to roll an insight check?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Okay. I rolled a 2, but that means 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, cool. 2's not an at 1, so I won't go crazy off the books. Your father seems to be truly happy. Whether that is because the family would have to face the wrath of Eldrin if something happened, or whether or not he has a place in the family, it's hard to tell. That.
Eldrin doesn't wait in the room. She's gonna leave the study and meet Noros at wherever he is.
Okay, cool. What is Noros's constitution?
He has a +7 to his saving throw for con.
That's just under. So yeah, he. So you run down as soon as you start hearing this. The rest of you look out the window and see Well, no, I guess that would break it. So the rest of you look out the window and you see Noros is carrying a guard on his back on the way back. And you can see that like kind of like the bright shining sort of armor, and you can see the difference between both their armors, and you can tell from that distance that he's carrying someone that must be unconscious. Elgin, you run down to meet him. It's funny. Tear through the castle, push through anyone who is still there, just like lords and ladies are like, they're like, no, my place is here. I'm not going anywhere.
It's the same people I pushed through when I first came in, all bloodied.
Yes.
They're still there for some reason.
Oh, my good lord. You push through them, you run down the stairs, you push your way outside of the gates, push through the boundary, just heading straight towards where you think your husband is. And you see him as he sees you. He, in a weird thing, like this has only happened 2 days ago, but it's very similar, if that. But it's a very similar sort of thing where the guard is being passed to another guard who is still like kind of like takes, and you can see like the slump of and just goes and runs to you and then fully embraces you in this beautiful moment. He goes, sorry it took so long.
You hurt?
I'm okay. We were successful. That's all that matters. And you look behind him and you see a wave of Ixitlachital behind him. There are 72. I rounded up for all of you. For this one, it was 72 specifically.
I love it.
A couple didn't come so quietly, so I was trying to convince them to just stop, that it's over, and it didn't work until we took down a couple, and then they seemed to get the picture.
Glad you're okay.
Did you tell them that we killed their god, though?
You're nowhere
You're not
near.
there.
Oh shit! Sorry.
This is literally probably about maybe 500 feet away. Like at this
Okay, never mind.
You see the speck that is Eldrin. That like, wow.
Okay, so I
never moves that fast in battle.
Yeah, Eldrin was very fast.
I just scream it out the window to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
How many Ixitlachital were with Guar?
50.
50.
Okay.
50, 40, and 72. Yeah, I think we don't have to RP it. I think, Eldrin probably, they have their moment of like hugging and then probably go inside together.
Describe it.
Oh, okay. Well,
no. I place a trembling hand. No.
We're gonna write some fan fiction tonight, guys.
Hey, you know what? Everybody, go ahead, get in the comments, write some fan fiction.
And somehow we got back to Miranda's DC story.
Yeah. Exactly.
There was a convention.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will say, at the door, you see Guar and Wilbur. You both see a couple interesting things. You see Anrin put the book down, and now that Eldrin's out of the room, kind of like runs to the window and sees them. You see that Corvos and Ilrin, Ilrin actually kind of like comes behind Corvos, who's sitting in the chair, and just kind of like rests her hands on Corvos's shoulders, and he kind of just puts like a hand up to her. As they both see their daughter showing an amount of affection towards someone that they haven't ever seen before. And that you can tell, Guar, with your just sense and insight. And actually, I'm sorry, Milo, you also see this too. Milo, I think you especially recognize that this is a family moment. Which then gets interrupted with Navos going, Nat 20! As soon as Navos says Nat 20, you hear a very large and everybody.
What did you roll?
You see the board itself actually is the first thing that kind of just seems to like slant from the ground, start to kind of move towards the side as you actually feel the ground itself shake. You see Corvos move quicker than you've ever seen him before. Grab Ilrin and like move away to the side wall and just kind of like sits down on the side wall waiting for it to be over. I need everybody to roll me just a dexterity saving throw, whether you're inside or outside or not, except for Saren.
28.
Okay, nice.
18.
Nice.
14.
Oh.
Okay.
Eldrin got a 16. North got a natural 20 for a 23.
Okay, cool. I'll say with a nat 20, Noros immediately picks you up and just starts running. I would say in that moment, it seems like it's coming from the castle itself. So he actually like runs back to what he thinks a safe distance is. Milo, what'd you get?
28.
28. Okay, cool.
I'm a monk.
I know.
You feel that stability sort of like kind of like you feel the shake and you I'd say with a 28 you recognize that you know that this is not the whole castle going down.
Mhm.
This is a portion that you can feel like the slant is happening because you see the dice rolling towards the end of towards the door.
Because the prison was very far down, I remember. But that's still
very far down.
Yeah, okay.
It would only be on one side of the castle too. You can feel Milo with your with your 28. You can kind of feel the whole castle has shifted slightly, just maybe like a fraction of an inch. And Guar with a 14. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Sorry, I'm muted. I got a natural 19 for a 25.
Okay, cool. With a 25, you feel yourself kind of go down. You go down to one knee, and you manage to... Actually, I'll say with this, you fully kind of flop over, but you're able to land in like a push-up sort of position.
Hell yeah.
Where you are, as you would have landed directly on your head.
Whoa.
So you just are able to catch yourself on that. Everybody else is kind of like going, okay, what was that? And then your father, knowing everything is safe, rushes out the door. Says to everyone, stay here, and then just runs out the door.
Yeah, if there's no more rumbling, now all I want to watch is Attack on Titan. If there's no more rumbling, I kind of extricate myself from Norris's hold or whatever, and I rush towards the castle because my entire family is in there.
Right, absolutely. Okay, cool. The castle seems to withstand that blow pretty well. I actually rolled for the castle.
Roll for castle.
Roll for castle. So you see this like kind of like this awkward sort of shift from the castle. So you've known this castle your entire life. You've walked in and out of it 1,000 times. You can tell that it's off. What do the rest of you do? Actually, let's go ahead and do this. Everybody roll initiative. Including Sarah.
And Gerard.
We'll say not Gerard for this.
Oh.
Just put it in chat.
Yeah. Okay. We'll say you guys move as one, but I'll say with like Noros actually like holding you up. We'll say we'll go with the 8 for Eldrin on this. But I believe Milo would be first in that. So yeah, okay, cool. So Saren, you are first. So you see, and actually I forgot to change the sound, so we'll do that definitely here.
Yeah, because Volmos could actually see her, right? Because he was talking to her.
Yeah, he was talking to her.
Yeah. That makes it even sadder.
You see, Volmos kind of mentions, paraphrasing, but like, if you're here to take me, I'm ready. And you hear this crash kind of happen from the distance, from like a far distance, and then you hear the break, and you see like the dark. It almost seems like the darkness itself comes and grabs Volmos and pulls him under. Volmos is going to try to reach out to grab your hand. Do you also like try to reach for his hand?
Yeah, I was gonna say as soon as she like sees it start to crack, she's gonna like reach out.
Cool.
And she doesn't know how to do this taking souls thing, so she's just like waiting for something to happen.
Cool.
Assuming that's what's going on.
That's interesting. I love that. So yeah, cool. You go and you try to grab like forearm to forearm, and you feel your hand completely pass through Volmos' skin and everything. As you see the last thing you see is his eyes just kind of wide with fear as he gets pulled underneath. It is your turn. What do you do? We'll say do what you would until I say, okay, cool, we're going to pause you there.
She'd kind of move towards the like hole in the floor.
Okay.
And kind of, I don't know, she'd still be like reaching out, like just kind of like doing this with her hands, like, what do I do? Like,
cool.
How do I do this? And just doing like weird hand motions to see if something happens.
Okay, cool. You're like trying to kind of reach for, and you look down into this like this hole, which is essentially kind of like a like think of like a like how you would imagine a crack in the mantle of Earth to look like. Like it's kind of like this like very ridged sort of crack where there's this area that kind of comes up. It's heavy, so it's not necessarily like a perfect hole. It's more of like you actually see there's like almost a wall of the crust of the Earth that has kind of come up to maybe about 5 feet in front of you. You see the space where Volmos got pulled through, and looking at you, all you see is black. You do feel like you could go down if you wanted to.
Yeah, she's gonna, I think she'll like turn around and kind of like grab onto the edge and just see if anything happens. Knowing full well she's just gonna like fall through the floor, probably.
Yep. That's exactly what happens. You go and you try to grab to the edge, and at that point is when you actually recognize that there is a part of you that is ethereal, that you are not 100% in your own body, and as you like try to grab for the edges, when you actually start to sink down. I'm going to say, obviously this is somewhat involuntary, but I'm going to say that you do have your movement speed. So I'll say, you, Kayla, how fast do you want to go?
I'll say like her full movement.
Cool. Do you want to, like, you have bonus action dash and action dash if you wanted to?
Sure. Yeah. She will double dash.
Okay. As you sink down to the bottom, you actually kind of like let this thing sort of happen around you, and you kind of like, you put your arms to the sides and just sort of start to torpedo down to this end, not knowing if you're going to hit a ground or go through it or what. I'd like you to roll me a perception check as you, I'll say, so your movement speed is 30?
35.
35, okay, cool. So,
It was 29.
70.
Damn.
So 70, 105, is that math right?
Double dash?
Is that
Or
So
dashing or double dash?
It would be double dash.
Oh, okay.
so
Right?
dash
So
just
35. 35 plus 35 plus 35. So 35 plus 35 is
It's 105.
105.
105.
Yeah,
105.
At about 90 feet, you do feel your body recognize a bottom. And you're able to kind of put 2 feet on the ground. You actually feel like you're kind of like sinking in and out, and you're like almost like you're in like this quicksand sort of thing. And yeah, so what'd you get in that perception check?
29.
She sees everything. What do your elf eyes see?
You have dark vision, correct?
Yes.
Okay. With 29, you see. I'll let's play this out a little bit. So you see a body being dragged through this like kind of like sand sort of space. The body looks extremely familiar. It looks like Volmos with the 29. And you see that there is a hand that is dragging it, but I'll say with the distance that you're currently at, I'd say it's probably about maybe 30 feet from you. So I think you said 90 touchdown, right?
She has another 15.
So you got another 15 feet that you could move on that turn.
Yeah.
You'd be within 15 feet of whatever is pulling this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
She will do that. Yeah.
Okay, you got it. Cool. As you get within 20 feet, I'd like you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Nine.
Actually, with advantage.
Oh, cool.
Thank God.
You are
Yay.
ethereal.
14.
14. Okay, cool. I don't know if
Looks better than 9.
Yeah. With
I'll take it.
a 14, what is your current hit points at?
37.
37. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay. Wow, that was bad. 4, 5, 10. Wow. I'm going to tell you guys straight up, I rolled 4d6 and I got 10. 3, a 1, a 1, and a 5.
Good.
So you take 10 points of damage just from the being close to this entity.
Oh, great. I hate it.
With your perception check, we'll keep it the same because 29 is bonkers. The hand at first looked blackened from the like shadow of where it was being reached, where it was reaching from. Now that you've had I mean, maybe literally a second to be able to like get your surroundings on this. The hand itself actually looks to be like almost like a sparkling, like kind of blue sort of texture to it. You see there's like a silvery sort of mist that is in the hand that makes it seem ethereal in a way, but is dragging a physical body. With a 29, you've seen this pattern and color before. I'll say with a 29, it matches something that I believe is in your bag.
The blue magic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
You've moved your full movement. It it makes its movement. I'm gonna roll to see how well it does. Okay, cool. Seems to move away past this like sort of like wreckage sort of area that is kind of TP'd against this area that would be like about maybe about like 4 feet tall. That it's able to pull through before you're able to get anything else from it. We're gonna pause you there.
Aaron, don't let this whatever take my half-souled brother.
No, I'm just gonna give his soul to Veniseppa. It's fine.
Wow, but he's not a full soul.
Well,
Guar.
He's like, you gave me half today.
Guar, go ahead and tell me what you're doing.
I think that he would catch himself as that happens, seeing Corvos pull his kids against the wall, then get up and run out of the door. Okay. I think seeing that Milo was just kind of like the sturdy of everyone, I would probably just be like, Milo, follow him. I'll stay here with the kids. And then just like stand guard by the door.
Okay.
And like engage with the kids, like make sure, like tell them, like, okay, your dad's got this. Everything's gonna be okay. Do you guys? How are you checking in with them and all that stuff?
Okay. Cool. Awesome. All right.
Can I correct something?
Yes.
Corvos didn't pull his children to the wall. He pulled Ilrin. He left Navos. He left Navos and Anrin to fend for themselves.
Did not
they're
even
by the bed. They're by like it wasn't like he there was a crack and he just like they're rolling towards it. It's like, you got this, kids, and just like ran out.
No, I know he was with Ilrin. They were the closest.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
What did you say, Miranda?
If he saves his wife, they can just make new kids. It's no big deal.
Exactly. I mean, Navos is only 10 years old. It's like
priorities.
She's in her prime.
That's
all right, Dad. What do you say to that?
Whoa. Okay. I would then check in on the kids and make sure that they were okay, because they were not pulled to the wall and saved. So
I wasn't going to say anything, but I just think it's so funny. And I was like, Joe did specifically say he pulled Ilrich.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Anrin in my head, and so because they're so similar. So yeah, I totally did. Yeah, that didn't register for me.
It's a problem all Tritons have. We always think we're talking to each other. Our names are too similar.
Anrin, you bend down to be like to check in with Navos, who Navos is like shaken. And then you feel a body just launch itself onto your back and grab around your neck. Which is like very like natural instinct to like turn around, like and you can tell it's Anrin.
Does Ilrin attempt to comfort them at all?
It's not Ilrin's turn yet.
Okay.
Remember, this is all happening.
That's true.
Fast.
So Anrin's attacking me, or like jumping on like me to get a piggyback ride? Like
Anrin is clinging to you, but like happened to jump from the bed onto you, and like first like visceral sort of reaction is like you're being attacked.
Yeah.
And then you feel that it is a small 12-year-old girl that's on you.
Okay. I wrap them both up. I just like if Navos is open to the hug as well, I'm in. I got him.
Cool. Awesome. Is that end your turn? Anything else?
I think I would just like, if anything, at that point, I would look over to Ilrin if she's still in the, or like is reacting at all from this, and I would just be like, get over here. Like,
oh, she's already like she's moving right after you. So she she kind of pushes herself off the wall. Does the very cool like hood of the car thing and jumps over the bed. And kind of like grabs the kids and kind of pulls them close. There is this very like familiar paladin type holiness sort of energy that seems to wrap around everybody in this small area here as you're kind of like huddled into an area waiting for some sort of aftershock or something to happen.
That's
cool.
That's interesting, having two paladins in the same spot. So like I don't think
that was you.
Oh, it was me. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what's Oren?
He's just a fighter, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a fighter. Okay. No, Corvos is paladin. Okay. Sorry.
Paladad is what I like to call him.
Absolutely.
And he hates that.
Nah, he loves it. He actually was like, call me Paladad.
Yeah, he totally would be.
Really, Eldrin hated it, and then eventually was like,
you can call me Paladad if you want.
Fine.
He's still wearing his t-shirt his kids got him back in the 90s. It says Paladad.
He's never taken it off. He just keeps it under his armor.
It's just worn. It's got a hole right here.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Those little handprints.
Every cookout. All right, cool. So
they're not your hands either. They're just he made it himself.
Eldrin's like, why would I put my hand in the paint and then put it on a t-shirt? That makes no sense.
So yeah, cool. I think that would end my turn, obviously. But if we're all doing that, I'm just trying to protect people. You know me. So
cool. Love it. Milo, you're next.
Yeah, Milo, knowing roughly the area this came from and that it's far below us, honestly, he's probably just going to swim out the window and down.
Okay.
To the front door to make sure like damage hasn't gotten too terrible in the rest of the castle.
Okay. So swimming out and down would be opposite from where you felt the direction going to, but and I'm not trying to change what you're saying. I just want to make sure you fully understand. You notice that there's a little bit of like a scattering from the exits of Chittle. You see the guards actually kind of break off slightly as some of them run to the castle to protect it. Milo, you see a bunch of exits of Chittle, and there are many holes for them to escape. So feel free to do whatever you want to do here.
Milo is going to shout to the guards as they're like panicking with these Ixochitl fleeing and just going, and say this isn't their fault. This wasn't an attack by them, and then start swimming in towards the castle.
Okay, cool. I would like you to roll a persuasion check, but I'd like you to add your wisdom modifier to this because I think this is a very like wise man sort of thing.
Oh, thanks.
He's like a shaman with a staff. It's not their fault.
It's not their fault.
So.
Yeah, it's Jesus.
This is a very these aren't the droids.
Yeah. It was a dirty 20.
Okay, cool. The dirty 20. The dirty 20, you see there are still some that break off, but the rest of them, I'd say some of the guards do look like kind of like in attack mode for the Exochitl that are here. And I will say, here's what I'll do. Okay. You see a total of the like 3 sort of sections of Exochitl. You see 30 of them take this opportunity and flee.
Mm-hmm. Actually, can I clarify where Milo is swimming to specifically?
Sure.
He's gonna swim down to where where he was told Quetzal was being taken. To make sure, because on the way he would have like, hey, there's gonna be a whole show and everybody's gonna be anxious, and like had a moment with Quetzal to say like, I promise it's not like we're not gonna let anything.
Okay.
We're not gonna let anything super bad happen to you. There's just going to be a lot of questioning, and they're gonna be curious.
Okay, cool. You see, I think you see some of the guards that have kind of like come towards the castle, see Quetzal on their way past. And I would say if you didn't roll so well, they most likely would have blamed Quetzal for this moment. There is enough guards that are guarding Quetzal at this moment, but the rest of them seem to be kind of going in. Quetzal is untied. You find Quetzal untied from Duchess, but is not moving. It's hard to tell in the blink of an eye. It's probably pretty hard to tell any sort of like expression on Quetzal's face because also Quetzal is a giant manta ray.
Yeah, they always look kind of happy.
It doesn't look happy, I'll tell you that. Cool. Yeah, I love it. We're going to pause you there.
Cool.
Eldrin and Noros.
Eldrin is rushing to go back inside. I don't know how far she can get, but I'm going to double dash or whatever. No, not double dash. I can't do that. I'm going to dash. And I don't know if I'll meet Orvos like in the oh my gosh, the foyer, the lobby of the castle.
Okay, cool. Yeah, what is your intention? I'll say it depends on what your intention is on like how far you'll get, I think.
Eldrin wants to get back inside to make sure everyone's okay.
Okay.
And figure out, can she tell that it's coming from the prison?
Roll me I'd say probably a perception check on this.
Okay, I'm going to guide myself, if that's okay.
Yeah.
That would be 13. 21.
21, nice. You feel that it's centered on the jail with a 21.
So yeah, I'm going to go back inside the castle and veer towards the jail.
Okay, cool. Actually, this brings a point of order actually here. So Milo, you said that you had a conversation with Quetzal of like, this is what's going to happen. It's going to be okay. You're going to be safe, right? Is that what the gist of it?
Yeah. Yeah, just
cool.
kind of, yeah.
I would like a perception check from Milo.
25.
25. 25 is a lot. You hear Quetzal trying to say something to you that sounds important, but you can't tell what it is. You could probably ask a guard to interpret.
Yeah.
And I'll say with a 25, you can ask a guard to interpret at that turn.
Okay. Yeah, Milo says, do either of you speak Exochitl? What's he saying?
He said, "That's not me."
We know, and Milo's gonna like.
Let me rephrase that. He said,
Mm.
"That wasn't me."
Mm.
I'll say with the 25 because that's pretty high on that. He wasn't saying I didn't set that off.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying, and like you like think back because you guys have seen plans and things like that, like whatever.
Yeah.
There is a bomb that is set underneath the jail.
Mm-hmm.
You do know that. It's a big question, but I think you get the feeling that like that not only wasn't him.
Mm-hmm. That wasn't his bomb.
That may not have been his bomb.
Mm. Milo's gonna like, I mean, he's a small man, but he's gonna reach up a hand and like pat what part of, I mean, it's probably just gonna be his butt, but his little manta ray butt, and say, let him know I know, and we'll figure out what's happening.
Cool, awesome. I let you guys get away with a ton of stuff. There's no part of that doesn't feel odd to Quetzal, as you fully pet a very conscious being.
Yeah, well, not pet.
Okay. You're putting
no,
like,
that's
like a hand on
that's a
shoulder.
reassurance. Yeah, that's a
He's trying
reassurance.
to like
Gotcha.
hand on the shoulder, but
But he
probably got
can't-
the wrong spot.
Okay.
But he fully
gotcha.
can't, like, he can't reach his shoulder.
Right.
Well, I guess I
Well,
could
he
swim
doesn't
up
have
and
one. Yeah. He doesn't really have one.
I guess I could swim
okay.
up and like.
Okay.
But
I think it makes sense. You don't know the anatomy of the Ixochitl. You do not know where to pat them.
Yeah,
Reassuring.
but yeah, this is like a genuine attempt to be reassuring. It's not a like, I know, bud.
Yeah. You just give an adult male a full pet.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Cool. I will say it does seem to be understood as you run in. You run in pretty much at the same time as Eldrin does. So Eldrin, you do manage to get into the castle on your turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's all your movement there.
Is my father down there too?
You see your father. I would say probably like swarmed by guards in this point, just like I'm trying to figure out what's going on. You just see conversations happening.
Okay.
You
I
also
see
notice
him.
that there is a crack in the like center floor of the I will say like kind of like the foyer, the entrance hall, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, Eldrin, like I said, like, yeah, I get in, but it's definitely clear where she's heading towards.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Wilbur.
Yes.
What are you doing?
So Saren's just hanging out next to me, still like, just like conscious, right?
Saren's body is there.
Yeah, yeah.
And Gerard.
And Gerard. So like, I think Wilbur's initial reaction to hearing that explosion would be to try to be brave and like talk Gerard down and like help Gerard cover Saren's body.
Okay. Cool.
We'll know what's about to happen.
You got it.
Wilbur just wants to be on land.
Wilbur, roll me an involuntary medicine check.
An involuntary medicine check?
Yep.
20, not natural.
Okay. You managed to put your body like right, like kind of like squeezed over to the point that you just happen to have like a hand, I say like right over Saren's chest, like right in the center, and you feel it. There's a heartbeat.
Okay. Good.
Gerard looks at you. Gerard looks at you with a shocked face. That you're not entirely sure whether or not that's because Gerard understands what's going on, or Gerard is just like freaked out by what just happened. But cool. All right, we'll pause you there. Saren.
So how far away did this thing move away from me?
About 60 feet.
Okay. He's gonna move, I guess, within. Hold on. I literally just looked at this. She's gonna move like 30 feet towards it.
Okay.
Just say, give him back. He's already supposed to be dead. What do you want? Who are you?
You don't see an immediate response. You still have your movement. You don't see a response. It looks like this hand is going to continue to drag.
She is gonna try, because she doesn't know anything yet. She is gonna try to manifest a psychic blade.
Mm-hmm.
And
you know what happens.
She just kind of does it a couple times and looks at her hand, and instead throw a produce flame and just like try to shoot some fire at it.
Okay, I love that. Roll me a perception check with advantage.
Uh, 26.
Okay. This is somewhat of an act of desperation. You are underwater trying to throw a flame, right?
Mm-hmm.
This shouldn't work. As you let go of this fire that leaves your hand, I'd say, well, what do you think it normally looks like?
Honestly, just like fire.
Like fire, yeah.
Because I mean, she usually is using it to, like, start a campfire or something like that. She isn't used to fighting with it.
Cool. You see a very a bright blue flame emit from your hands. Or sorry, would it be blue? Yeah, it would be blue. Blue flame emit from your hands and seem to almost like glide as if oil off of water from this water, and just kind of spirals out into the distance here. What's the range on
30 feet.
30 feet? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Roll me an attack roll.
Uh, 25.
25 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's 12 damage.
Okay. Very cool. As you send this flame, as it arcs and defies everything about the area that you're in, not only does it hit the creature that is dragging Volmos, it also illuminates. And I would like you to describe to me, if you were to imagine the form of your long-lost lover, what they would look like if they were completely encased in this liquid. What does Raylor look like?
encased in like the blue flame stuff or the blue magic?
Blue liquid, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's a short little elf guy. He has like medium length black hair, but I'd say it'd be like grown out by now and like yeah, I don't know. It's just like the blue light like emitting from everything and probably pink glowy eyes. Right? Something like that.
Was he more put together before this? Like, does he look unkempt?
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Unkempt, yeah, absolutely.
Unkempt.
When you're in a cult, you don't really care so much about yourself. Mm-hmm.
I will say this: you notice that with was it a 29? What did you get? 25? What the heck was it?
The perception thing was like
perception.
Yeah, I rolled a 19. It was 29.
29. You notice a Raylor that looks thin. Looks you notice that his back seems to be bent over slightly more than normal. You see the reflection of this magic leaves a very gaunt sort of thin chin. I want you to know that I rolled a perception check on you. And I rolled a nat 1 because I can't seem to roll above a 10. I would like another wisdom save.
Frick is my d20. 13.
13. You see this jaw seem to almost unhinge as this mouth comes down all the way in this almost ghoulish form, extending way beyond a skull would allow, as you see this swarm of blue, swarm of this like silvery sort of blue, almost like bubbles, but they seem to be like jettisoning towards you. Okay. You
backs up 5 feet.
Yeah, cool. Back up 5 feet.
I guess she could technically dash too.
17. This was a reaction.
Yeah.
So this is from him. 10, 17, 20, 25. You may. Let me just make sure, unless I'm nuts here. I believe you can uncanny dodge this.
Okay.
So that you don't take the full 25 damage.
Yeah, it's my reaction.
Yep, absolutely. So you feel this sort of like this liquid sort of start to kind of like come all like kind of hit you like 1,000 bullets, like just and as you're kind of gasping, trying to kind of catch your breath from the hit from this, you're able to have that uncanny dodge, and you see that the creature that is representing Raylor lets go of Volmos. And with that attack, seems to almost disappear, like kind of like melt into the water.
Well, shit.
You see Volmos's body on the ground. Seems to be moving too.
Wait, how much damage did she take?
Half of 25 rounded down, which would be 12.
She is gonna use her bonus action to dash over to his body.
Cool. Awesome. Bonus action. You dash over to the body. I'll say that you're able to like at least grab a hand and feel a pulse before we end your turn. Oh, very cool. That was interesting. I love that. Okay. Going back down through the list, we now have Guar.
Yep. I
You
think
can say like I continue to do what I'm doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I just continue to do what I'm doing. I'm probably like talking to the kids and like making sure that they're okay, telling them that their dad is doing a really good job of being a leader, and nothing they don't need to hear from me. I'm just reassuring them.
Okay, cool.
And like continuing to encourage, like, just get in there, say something.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage. For the record, Elrin is fully being a mom in this moment. Just
I believe it. Yeah. I just don't know how, from everything that Guar knows about Eldrin and Noros, like how just like Spock-ish they are about it. Like I don't know how affectionate they are.
I mean, that's a very good point. I would say that most likely in some regard, this is also a warrior.
Yeah.
You see this warrior totally break down in front of her kids and like there is no warrior mode. There is mother mode of like, nothing's going to happen to you.
Of order, Joe.
Yeah.
Mom mode is warrior mode. Thank you very
Joe.
much.
I'm sorry. Another example of Joe hating women.
I was not going there at all. You said perception check with advantage?
It appears it wasn't that long of a story.
I did say that.
I'm sorry, Joe. For the record and for the recording, Joe does not hate women. Miranda wouldn't put up with that shit.
Persuasion check, not a
persuasion. Okay, 21.
Yeah, as Ilrin is using her strength as a mother to give you advantage.
No, I just think that like I feel like that Guar and Ilrin could have this kind of like bonding moment here because like we're both fierce warriors, but we also have
hitting on my mom in this moment.
No,
like
bonding
what?
like we
all
get
right,
like
all right. Lorianne is unhinged tonight, gang.
There's a
unhinged.
kinship, not. Oh God, I mean, if she's into me, I can't control that, but like
yeah. I mean, you have a lot to offer her. She could leave the king of Honoria because these Ixochitl, they bowed to you, Guar.
Yeah, like 50 of them. At the same time.
What'd you get in that persuasion check?
21.
21. Okay, cool. Yeah, you notice you notice like Anrin like kind of hyperventilating right now. Very like trying to catch her breath, like trying to get like the idea of where she is. For the record, what I was trying to say was, you notice that Ilrin seems to be genuinely worried about her children in a way that reminds you that Ilrin's last children are here. She will refuse to let anything happen to them.
I have a question.
Yes, what?
Does Anrin seem weird or stiff with Ilrin? Because remember, this is the same day where Anrin witnessed her beat the shit out of me and then yell at her at the dinner table.
Totally forgotten.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there was an intense version of that, but that's not outside of what your mom is normally.
Yeah.
Like that was an insanely intense version of that, but I think that in this moment, catching the realness of this allows Anrin to fully accept that her mom is always going to protect her and blah blah blah,
yeah,
and so on and so forth.
So beautiful.
Cool. Awesome. We're gonna pause you there, Guar. Cool. Milo.
So Milo has just left Quetzal outside with guards, attempting to like let them know we're still solid. We're still good. And comes inside and sees Eldrin, like rushes inside and runs into Eldrin and kind of gives the information he knows to her, and catches her up on the like interaction with Quetzal. He seemed Milo is going to interpret him as shaken, at the very least, the way he was communicating to him, and say like I don't think that was one of the bombs on the map.
Who are you saying this to again?
Eldrin.
Me.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, Corvus is there too, I guess.
Yeah.
I would say it would be an action to even get Corvus's attention at this point. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Milo's not trying.
Eldrin, if you're telling all this to her, she'll basically say back like, we have to check that prisoner. But the way she says it is like she's very conflicted on like, it's not Volmos, but it is. Could it be?
Yeah.
Like, so she's trying. Yeah, she's confused by her own feelings in this moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Milo's gonna say that like, yeah, that's where it felt like the explosion came from, and start heading off down that way. I don't know. I don't know if Eldrin's coming with, but
cool. As you approach the gate to the jail room, you notice that it is locked, but there is a hole right in front of it that fully allows you to like crawl down into it.
He's just gonna scurry under the gate. And is there like a door handle on the other side that he can like open the gate with?
Absolutely not.
No,
it's a jail.
Don't you worry.
All right, well, fine.
This is the entrance to the jails. No, there's no door handle to come out of the jail.
Okay, I've never been to a jail. Thanks. I know that. I don't know how that works. Secure from one side. I just couldn't remember which side. So yeah, Milo's gonna. I know it's like from that gate. It's kind of a ways to the holding cell that our friend was in.
Yeah, I would say using the rest of your movement in that, I would say you're about halfway there.
Okay. Yeah.
Eldrin.
Going right after Milo. If no one stops me, because I know Norris is just going to follow me. If no one else stops me, I'm following Milo, and as he's crawling under, I think that is when I take out the key that I still have never given back to anyone, and I unlock it and just like look off at him like, what is he doing?
Love it. Fantastic.
Milo fully didn't look to see if you were following him, so he just was going on his own.
I believe, Milo, you have like 45 feet of movement. Is that right? Like at this point?
Yeah, 45. Yeah.
Right now,
Is-
I'm still halved in my walking speed because I'm exhausted.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. Also, Noros carries you for the other part of it. You guys are neck and neck.
Aw.
It's the exact same speed because Milo had gone under.
Vertical distance.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and my father and the guards didn't even notice that, like, we went.
Nope.
Okay. I shut the door, because I don't want, rogue prisoners to get out if there are.
Yeah, we never discussed this. I was actually thinking about this earlier. I would say that technically speaking, there are no other prisoners here. I don't remember if I specifically said that or not.
No.
But I'd say that the prisoners that would be here are prisoners against the capital of Honoria, not like it doesn't house all of Honoria.
Yeah. This is like special prisoners.
This is special prisoners for sure.
Yeah. Then actually, I don't shut the door because it's only that one.
Okay.
Are we raised in a sea barn? Close the door.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that I'm rushing and.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Cool. Fantastic. Wilbur.
I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing.
Okay. Cool.
Mostly because I'm too scared to do anything else.
He's on a pyramid of poop right now.
Yeah, an ever-growing pile of poopy.
I'm literally.
You can no longer feel Saren's
slowly
heartbeat because there's so much poop that's between you and Saren.
I am so sorry about what's coming on me right now.
At least it's still squares, right? It's still cubes.
It's still,
I
But
hope.
it just squishes.
Yep. Cool. All right, we're going back to Saren.
So she gets to Volmos and just like puts a hand on him, like, are you okay?
Poor guy.
Like,
Are
we
you
just
good?
fell through hundreds of feet of floor. It's fine.
Yeah, so my D6 is went everywhere. So there was an aura to this being, and he didn't have a lot of hit points left, so I will say that he is unconscious.
Cool. She looks around. Does she see any way to get out?
I mean, the way you came, assumedly, is still there.
I mean, she can't really, like, pick up Volmos or anything, I'm assuming, right?
Why not?
Because she's ethereal and we'll just go
that's
through
a
it.
good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Why not? Just do it.
Because she's not actually there.
You absolutely cannot. So, you know that this is a very good point. You know that Volmos is making death saving throws right now. What do you do?
She doesn't want to, like, actually be the one to kill him. But, like,
It's up to you.
she's gonna wait it out.
You're just gonna wait out down there?
Maybe.
Okay. I will say, of your options, that is the one that is most surprising to me.
Like,
But it's completely up to you. What is your intention here? We'll say.
like, she's very conflicted right now because she just, basically signed a deal with the devil, but also she doesn't want to be a bad person. She just figured, if this is what I have to do to get out of here, I'll do it. I mean, we kill bad people all the time. She'll make it work. So she doesn't really want to, like, be the one to just like stab Eldrin's already dead brother and take his soul. But
yeah, okay, I hear what you're saying.
But you know, if he happens to not make it.
Roll me a history check.
Okay. A natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay.
So 2.
With a natural 1,
No
you're
shit.
not entirely sure if that's how it works. But we'll say within your turn, he will make his first death saving throw.
She very much doesn't know how anything works because Venesepa. First of all, did Venesepa even tell her that he was Venesepa?
No.
I don't think so.
You couldn't read your contract either. So.
Yeah, and she couldn't read her contract, so she's like, yeah, I'll give you some souls. Not that I know how to do that yet.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just kind of like, I don't know, trying to figure out how to do that.
Okay.
Like, she puts her ethereal hand on his shoulder and like
all right, so here's a fun way
take
to
a
be able to
soul.
handle this before we go to break. I would like Milo and... Man, you guys are far. Okay, yeah. I like Milo and Eldrin to roll a d6.
I was going to ask something too, but I don't think this matters because... hold on, sorry. Because I have Lifesaver's Dash, which means my speed increases by 20 feet when moving towards a friendly creature who has dropped to 0 hit points, but that only works if I know, right?
Absolutely, yeah. That
Okay.
would only work if you knew.
So a d6, you said?
Yep, both of you roll a d6.
I got a 5.
I got a 5.
Okay.
Hey.
I was just going to say, if you guys want the higher one or the lower one, but that is... okay.
Stop rolling things.
Okay. You, so we're out of initiative now at this point. You get to the jail cell. You see there is a massive break. You see that that kind of like crack. You do not see. You also notice that the jail cell does not seem to be unlocked or open in any way. But you do not see Volmos. What do you guys do?
My key works, so I'm gonna open that door. I, with my dark vision, look down in this abyss. I know I still can't, because I haven't rested or anything, and I rolled so poorly earlier in this day that was like 5 sessions ago. I can't swim in this armor, right?
Correct.
Milo is Milo's going to put his night vision goggles on and start swimming down.
Okay. At about 90 feet, you touch down.
I would say Norris probably goes with them.
Okay. Cool. How far is your dark vision with the goggles?
I believe it's my normal vision, so 60.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't see anything out in front of you right now. But we'll say this is a very small sort of cavernous sort of way. So there's no way you're getting lost down here, really. So you follow down and you see a kind of like a dull gray light up ahead.
Milo's going to cast Sanctuary on Noros. And like,
what do you have sanctuary?
He's good. Huh?
What do you
He's got it. Oh wait, we haven't leveled up yet.
Did we not?
No, we did, but we haven't had a long rest.
I
know.
Okay.
What was it? What am I missing?
Sanctuary that he
Tranquility. I have for my level 11.
Oh, cool. Gotcha.
Okay, then never mind. Milo's going to like. I mean, Norris is professional. He knows what to do here, but Milo's gonna like tell him to stay quiet and move, and let him know that he's gonna move towards the light.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
It's an 11.
As you get within 60 feet, you see the ghostly image, and there's no other really way to say this. There's a humanoid sort of figure. You see like floating hair. You do not recognize it as Saren. Saren, roll me a perception check.
16.
Okay. 16, you see a very familiar looking small halfling monk swimming out towards you.
He just looks and goes, Milo!
You see the ghostly sort of image look up to you and yell out with a very familiar voice. As you see this figure standing over what looks to be a body, stable but unconscious. And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break.
Hey.
Cool. All right, gang. It is 10:39. We'll see you back here at 10:49, so in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
have to fix this. I just messed up my microphone. Where is it?
Are you normally at that angle too?
I'll be right back.
How dare you ask that?
How dare I? Oh boy, gang. Oh boy.
This is getting juicy.
I rolled all those I rolled all those d20s for effect. I rolled 3. I haven't been able to roll above a 10 for 2 whole sessions, essentially. Every one of my rolls was above a 10 in this case. So.
Well, don't reverse jinx it.
Can't triple stamp a double stamp.
There you go.
You guys, I was surprised. There was I kind of figured without the produce flame was from what, Kayla? What gave Saren that?
I think it. Wood elf magic.
Cool. Which is cool because that's something that Raylor probably taught you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the whole he taught her some beginner spells, and they were in Celestial, and that's where the language came from and all that. So
yeah, very cool.
That works.
So that definitely worked, because I would say that you in this form you don't have your weapons either. So that would have been tricky to do, but you still very cool. All right, cool. Milo, you were staring face to face at the ghostly image of Saren. To be clear, you see a fully ethereal sort of being, kind of in a dark gray sort of thing, standing over this body that you can see it does seem to be breathing.
Volmos recognized me, right?
Volmos did recognize you, yes.
Okay. But Milo didn't.
I rolled an 11, so no.
Milo rolled pretty bad.
Okay.
Yeah. With a +6 to my perception, it just didn't.
You also recognize this as Saren now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering if he just didn't realize it first, or if I just looked different.
Good question. It was more the realized part.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Milo's going to say, Saren, I thought I left you upstairs, but you look different.
Yeah. So my body's up there then, because I have a feeling I'm not in it.
No, not especially. Milo's gonna pull out a mirror and hold it up to Saren. This might help.
Noros at first kind of holds you back a little bit. Noros is not fully convinced that this is Saren. Where did we first meet?
Good question.
Oh, I remember now. You saved him. You guys helped save him from the Francelli when he was tied up. Remember, we went to the town.
Was he in the...
He was in the tent.
I tell him that.
Okay.
Oh, the
You were
tent. Okay.
Or trying to, or something like that.
You have too many brothers we had to rescue.
I know.
I didn't remember.
This isn't my brother. This is my brother husband. So
Too many
How dare-
Tritons.
Wow, because it's Triton, you just assume. Wow.
Yeah,
you're
I
all
must be related to my husband.
I did not say that.
They have often
Well,
called this
Joe
the
hates
Utah.
women, and you hate Tritons.
I was gonna say, where's the righteous anger for Kayla on that?
Yeah, no, Sarah, not Kayla, because Kayla's a saint. Sarah hates Tritons and is racist against them. Joe just hates women.
Because
We all
I'm not
know
a
that.
character, it's just me.
Yeah, it's just you. Every time you talk as an NPC, it's just you. Actually, I don't like that because the Noros is you, and that's weird. Never mind. I don't like this line of questioning. I'm going to leave now.
Hey, what does Noros do after Saren answers correctly?
Noros kind of just accepts him, just puts the trident down. So you pull out the mirror.
What does Saren see in the mirror?
Saren, you see it first, like just a version of you. Like you look kind of pale, and then you notice that there's parts of you that seem to be. I think you kind of like put an arm, like a hand behind your head, and you also see your hand.
Cool. Also gross.
You're gonna see a small hand reach through your head as well. That is not ethereal in any way.
What does that feel like?
Go ahead and
Milo,
take a wisdom saving throw. I'm just kidding. No.
That's fair.
Can you get your hand out of my head, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that weird?
I think so. Is Wilbur
ooh.
is Wilbur okay?
Yeah. Last I saw, Wilbur was freaking out, but
But he's
guarding your body.
He's alive. Okay.
Yeah. No, he woke up. Well, he doesn't need a helmet anymore. So that's weird, but he woke up.
I don't remember that being part of the deal, but okay. Sure.
And then Milo is going to hey, wait, I want you to meet my friend. And then Milo's going to call out for Oren and see if Oren can help contextualize this for Saren.
I know he doesn't need the mirror anymore, but he already has it out.
Did I break you, Joe?
You broke me.
You broke the deal.
Sorry.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Okay, very cool. I mean, it's a very low DC to be able to have Oren know where you Oren to be able to appear before you in this.
He's done it before down here.
He's
like
done it
in the castle.
On his will, not yours.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
But you also have the mirror too, which helps there. Yeah, the DC's stupid low, but go ahead and roll me a religion check.
Okay. It was 16.
Yeah, DC 5. Oren, Oren appears, seemingly just like kind of like walking through the side of a rock. I don't think Noros has ever seen Oren.
No one but Milo has.
Actually, that's a good point.
Can Noros see Oren?
I don't think Noros can see Oren.
I'm still questioning, can Saren see Oren?
Saren can see Oren. So please feel free, especially at this point, feel free to describe to Sarah and Kayla what Oren looks like. Me too, it's fine.
Do you have a picture in your mind? Because I'm just going to create one right now.
I want you to create one. I think this
okay.
is good. We'll see how close it is to mine.
So he's Oren's a halfling. Wears similar robes to Milo when you met him. Milo's got some new clothes now, but very earth tones, browns and like sage greens. He has long hair and a thick beard. I mean, the only person I can think of visually is like a small Tommy Chong.
Okay.
Like he just kind of looks like Tommy Chong. Is how I picture him when I talk to him.
Glasses or no?
Yeah, glasses makes him interesting.
Okay. It's gonna take every
He only wears
fiber.
the glasses to look interesting. He doesn't need them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's a ghost. He doesn't need them.
Every fiber of my being is trying to trying to keep from Oren having a Tommy Chong voice.
You know, man.
Yeah, destroy his voice like he destroyed, Jaros.
He is a little bit shorter than Milo.
Oh, Milo.
Well, that's definitely not true. I'm just kidding. No. Cool. Yeah, you see this figure. You don't see any tones because this figure is very much
sure.
like you. You see Oren kind of appear
and Milo's gonna before Oren can say anything, Milo's just gonna Saren, this is Oren. Oren, you've heard about Saren. I have 2 ghost friends now.
Oren seems uneasy.
Why do you have a ghost friend? And also, hopefully I'm not a ghost permanently. So my body's upstairs, right? Why do you have
your body's upstairs and seem to be doing okay.
Yeah, cool.
This is Master Oren. This is all of my. He made me the halfling that I am today.
Small point of order.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, Milo, Saren's dead. Like the body, I don't think.
Oh, is that right? I thought we were. Heartbeat.
Wilbur knows that now.
Oh,
that
Wilbur knows that
moment.
Oh, see. The meta's
But
bleeding.
you could just be like Eldrin, where you're like, we'll fix it.
Yeah.
Okay, then Milo will say, "No, you're upstairs. You're safe."
Can Saren do a perception check on that?
Sure. I would also like Milo to roll an insight check on Oren.
So, just so I understand this scene right now, Milo is talking with Oren and Saren, and there's an unconscious Volmuth on the ground who's stable, but all Noro sees is Milo speaking to no one, then also speaking to Saren.
Right.
Okay.
That's correct. Yep.
Poor
Cool.
Nora.
I know, poor Noros.
Milo rolled an 18.
You are very.
And he does not notice Noros at all.
Okay, cool.
He's no longer paying attention.
You're very confused on the look on Oren's face because you've never seen it before. It takes you a second to realize that Oren is terrified of Saren. You see Oren have this looks down, looks up at Saren and goes, I thought I was told I could stay a bit longer.
I'm not gonna, or at least I'm gonna try not to take your soul. Milo, I'll explain later.
Roll me a persuasion check.
16.
Am I to understand that you're continuing to travel with this party?
Yeah, I hope so. Just I think I got possessed by Tall, and then I was like unconscious in some like other plane, and I had to
Or what
sign
do you
it.
mean? Where are you going?
I had to sign a deal to get out, and now I'm here, and I guess my body's somewhere else, and I don't know what's happening. It's been a long day.
Milo, a word. It kind of like moves off about 20 feet away.
Can we have an awkward conversation between Saren and Norris now?
Yeah, Nora's. I'm sorry, what is happening? Who are you talking to?
You're talking
This
to
is
me.
Nora's. Yeah, this is Nora's talking.
Okay. Apparently Milo has a ghost friend.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
Why can I see you, but not his friend?
That's a really good question, Noros.
Are you okay? Do you feel?
I mean, I am here, but I can't touch anything, and Milo says my body is upstairs and safe. Whatever that means.
Yes, we. I tried to do what I could, just for the record. I am glad there's still a chance.
Me too.
Milo, you walk up to Orin.
Mm-hmm.
Orin looks
I
at
sure
you
the hell do.
more serious than you've seen him in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the Saren you know.
Okay, I've dealt with possessed friends before. What do you mean? You thought you had longer?
I'm here but not here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why I haven't passed on. And I had to convince someone very powerful to let me stay. Your friend is wearing the mask of whom I discussed this with.
I mean, can't you guys just like be like? Can't you just be together? Like, can't you just like both exist?
I guess that's up to her. But Milo, she has the power to take both of us from this plane. And by both of us, I mean anyone she comes into contact with. I'm sorry. I know that she is a close friend of yours, but I would say tread lightly, and I cannot risk being around when she is. I need to go. You're too important.
Okay, I'll stay safe.
Okay. Keep a distance. And you see him disappear.
Mm.
So, can you, like, go through the ground? This is Naros now.
Sarah just, like, shoves her foot through the ground.
Yeah, you fully move there. So as we said before, like, your walking on the ground is very much like quicksand. Like, it feels like you're willing your body to move on top of it, and that's how you're able to do that. Milo, you come back.
That wasn't as fun as I thought it would be.
So what did he say?
He said that having the two of you it seems like the two of you have made a similar deal, or a deal with a similar person, and and having the two of you near each other is inherently dangerous somehow.
Yeah, like I told him, I don't want to take his soul, but like I signed some kind of contract.
Like, I will.
I like the beginning of that. Like, I told him I'm not going to take his soul.
Yeah.
Like, that's a normal thing to say.
Like,
Yeah.
everything is so weird with everything that happens to them. She's just like, I'm not going to take his soul.
Yeah, Milo's like, I don't. Can you unpack, like, taking his soul, what that means, I guess?
Yeah, I went unconscious, and I woke up in this room and went through a door, and I found Wilbur, which was weird. We saw these, like, lion things. There was they were cutting off people's heads and stuff. I don't know. A lot was happening. And then we ended up in another room. I went through this door. Wilbur looked like he recognized the big scary guy. I gotta ask him about that. But he couldn't come through the door. And I don't know what he's called, but I think he's some kind of Grim Reaper or something. He made me sign a contract that I couldn't read, so I could come back, and Wilbur could also come back. And now I'm supposed to give him souls, but he didn't really tell me how to do that. So, also, it's supposed to be like once a day. I'm not super clear on the details, but I mean, we fight a lot of things, so it should be fine, right?
No,
She's panicking at this point.
No, yeah, fighting a death god Neat. We got it.
The camera like shifts. I think besides I think it's like Saren's head and Milo, and the camera just shifts slightly to Noros being in the shot, and Noros is just like, okay, so did you take Volmos' soul? And points down to the unconscious Volmos.
No. He seems to be breathing. Okay. I mean, if
don't take my soul.
I'm not gonna take your soul.
Okay.
I promise.
We should probably get him to Eldrin.
Yeah.
Picks him up.
Oh,
Noros and me. Don't touch him.
Don't touch him. While I'm up in this jail cell, can I do an investigation check to see if there's anything like... I want to see if there's anything interesting that could help with figuring out this Volmos guy.
Okay.
Because I know he had like stuff written on the wall that was just like tick marks, but I'm trying to just piece anything together, I guess.
All right. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
So that would be 17.
With a 17, you notice that you had noticed some of the wall, and you kind of like gave like an average count. And I think, if I recall correctly, I think it was like somewhere in the 70s. And then you surmise that there must have been a point where he just stopped counting. You notice that there's more tick marks.
Well,
As if he started to try to count again. And they're in a separate spot.
Okay. But there's no creepy like writing on the wall and like runes or anything like that.
Unfortunately not.
All right. It's worth a try.
Yeah. So it takes a little bit, but you manage to get Noros manages to get Volmos. I say Noros is like there first. So Eldon, you see Volmos' body just like kind of like flop out to the top of the thing.
As they're going up, she's gonna say to both of them, by the way, I didn't bring him down here. I didn't make him go unconscious. I don't know what it was, but it was covered in that blue magic, and it looked like Raylor. So we gotta deal with that too.
So you're saying that just to Milo?
Yeah. Milo and Noros.
Okay.
I mean, Noros can probably hear her, but mostly she's kind of talking to Milo.
I would say Noros is actually keeping his distance.
Okay.
You just said, yeah, I'm supposed to take a soul a day. And he
he's like, have you voted yet? Like,
yeah, he went around Milo to grab Volmos. So
that's fair.
Yeah, he's just being safe. Also, as you go through this, Saren, you notice that like it's much harder to get up, as the areas are like very thin on certain areas to go through, and you're kind of frustrated with this. What's happening? What did I miss?
It's becoming much harder to get it up.
You're becoming really frustrated. You're becoming really frustrated. You did say you're becoming very frustrated.
You didn't say get it up. You just said get up. But
yeah. You're all right, y'all.
Milo is going to.
And that was for Saren specifically. So Saren, what I was saying was, you do know you can go through things.
Mm-hmm.
You could take this opportunity to go through, like, you could take this opportunity to be like, okay, forget this. I'm just going to go through. Yeah. I'm just going to go through this rock wall straight up.
As Saren floats along with Milo, like coming back before having this realization, like Milo is going to try and be as sneaky as he can, but react to Saren's movements. to try and keep his distance to, like, not let Saren get more than, like, 10 feet closer to him.
Okay.
We're gonna have a trust like circle around us at all times. Be like, Saren, you can't walk into this. The safety circle.
Eldrin, you see Volmus's body come up first. You see Noros kind of climbing out afterwards.
Eldrin immediately goes to check his pulse. Noros is pulse, obviously.
Noros is fine. Noros is fine.
No, Volmus is pulse.
Honey, I'm okay.
Oh, dang. Okay.
You feel pulse.
And Eldrin can't do anything because she's out of everything, so that is all.
I think you have a paladin that still can, I believe.
Yes, he's just not here. Mm-hmm. So I say to Noros, we need to bring him to Guar. I can't do anything. But we can't take him out of here. Should we take him out of here? He's not my brother, but he looks like him. I don't know what to do.
Milo's gonna like scramble up and say, "Hey, we gotta get the body back up to Guar. So let's go."
Saren,
also, Saren's it.
What's up?
I imagine Saren just is behind you.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like,
Also,
like at a certain point,
Saren's a
would be
ghost
like,
now.
Forget it. I'm just gonna show up.
Does she look undead?
She looks like a ghost.
I mean, I'm a cleric who literally destroys undead, so does she look undead?
A ghost is undead.
I'm Saren, but see-through.
Yeah, so Saren just appears
wrap.
behind you. Saren, do you say anything to Eldred? Like, there's an entrance here that you guys fully missed out on, but all right. Of Saren just appearing to Eldred.
Yeah, if Saren just appears in front of me, I'm going to channel divinity because it looks like a ghost.
Okay, cool. Absolutely.
No, she's...
Yeah, go for it. Full force.
Hi, Eldrin. I'm
about to. I'm in the middle saying like the power persona. Like
no. Wait, no, it's me, I think. But Milo said my body's upstairs and I'm here and I would like to get back to it, please.
Oh yeah. Also, Saren's a ghost now, and
Temporarily, hopefully.
is harvesting souls. I don't know.
I'm sorry. What?
Put it like that,
Scared the
Milo.
crap out of Oren. Oren was. I introduced her to
Who?
Oren downstairs, and
The person you talk to in your head?
I mean, he's very real.
Yeah, he's apparently a ghost.
Okay.
I saw him too.
Here's what we're gonna do. God damn it! I don't say that.
Ghost
Eldrin.
Saren is like, no, he's totally real.
Yeah, I saw him. He was right in front of me.
And Noros is just like,
I can't help.
Okay. We can't just bring him one thing at a time. First of all, Saren, I don't know what's going on. I don't like this. I don't like this for you.
I don't either.
I'm going to let you know this right now. As much as I care about you, if we can't get you back in your body, I have to destroy you. But we'll focus on that tomorrow.
And we're gonna save that bit because that's so freaking funny.
Eldrin's face is like, well, let's put a pin in it right now, though. Second, we can't just parade him upstairs. He looks like the heir to the throne that died, and it will traumatize my siblings. So I don't know what to do. I mean, I guess we can put a bag over his head. Eldrin looks around for a bag.
Surprisingly, no bag in this jail cell.
and no door handles. What the hell?
You don't need handles if you have the key. I show him that I still have this key that no one's asked for back.
Also, when Eldrin, Milo is gonna unintentionally, when Eldrin says, "If this goes south, I will have to destroy you." I think Milo's like face lights up a little bit, because that takes a bit of like he's gonna try and be sneaky. He's not gonna like he's gonna be like hide it as much as he can, but that takes a little bit of the emotional weight away from him. Like there is a kill switch on this, and if we don't have like if that's what that like if that simplifies at least one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's known Orin for his entire life. Orin is scared. Milo's scared.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't want to let Saren. He doesn't want to let Saren see that, so he's gonna like quickly correct.
Sure.
But he does like, oh, we have an out. Okay.
I turn to Norris because I know that he still has 2 charges on his bracelet because I keep track of this meticulously. And I say,
the prepaid bracelet.
Yeah, we've got 3 of them. I keep track, guys. Eldrin's out. So Eldrin says, contact Guar, tell him to meet in my chambers.
I don't know if I have enough to do
You
that.
do. You're fine. You've only done it once today.
Okay.
And then she says, tell him to come to my chambers with my mother.
It's a weird sentence.
As a weird sentence.
Eldrin does not see it as like a...
Milo says that's a weird sentence.
Yeah, Noros also says, yeah, that is a kind of weird sentence. You said for Guar to be in your mother's chambers?
No, to come to my chambers with my mother to meet us there because I don't want to take this dead body in the room where there are 2 small children that would be traumatized.
Gotcha. Okay. He does that.
Okay.
She says, okay. She'll meet us there.
Wait, who did you send it to? Did you send it to Guar or my mom?
Your mom. You said just send it to your mom.
I said send it to Guar, but that's fine. It does the same thing. Just you need active listening, Norris.
I don't know. I just saved all of Honoria. Are you serious right now?
We.
That's what I said.
I'm sorry. I am just a little overwhelmed right now. You're right.
Okay. All right.
You did much better than Guar did.
It's fine. Do you want me to send another Guar?
I'm not even
No,
here.
it's fine.
No, it's fine. That's so good. That's such
it's fine. But she actually means it's fine. Like it like
yeah, but in a wife way, he's just like throws up his hands. He doesn't know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
But to Eldrin, it literally makes no difference who of the 2 gets the information.
Yep.
Yeah. Eldrin's just like in her head, she's like, it's dumb that you contacted my mom. She doesn't like you. You don't really like her. Why would you do that? But that's in her head.
Milo's going to take off his cloak and throw it over Volmos.
Okay.
Is he still shackled? Like when he was pulled down, he was shackled to like his feet and like arms were shackled to each other. Okay. That's good. All right.
So coming back up the stairs, Anrin and Navos, there's no like any sort of like aftershock sort of thing of this happening. So you see them like kind of catch their breath, and Navos and a very little kid goes, okay, whose turn was it? As he goes towards the wall to kind of grab the dice. Anrin goes, yeah, I'll. Why don't I just play as a DM and like takes the dice.
I feel like Ladron's probably like, oh, thank God. He's been having to DM this whole time.
I've had to DM for you kids for forever. And this is when Ilrin turns to you and goes, apparently we are wanted in Eldrin's chambers. Guar.
So Guar would immediately get up and just like check on the kids one more time, and then go.
Cool. So you and Ilrin walk to Eldrin's chambers, of which you are just like I'm gonna let this play out for a second. You like Elrin just walks in, and you two are the only ones in the room.
Does Wilbur get Gerard and Saren in
Or
there
does-
somehow?
I feel like, or does Wilbur just like stay with Gerard and Saren in the chambers with the kids?
So I think Guar would do the kind of looking around, kind of like rocking back and forth on his heels, and go, so, apologies if I overstepped my bounds as a not
When? What point?
the comforting the children when they were scared.
No, I appreciated that. You
Oh,
were the
okay,
first one
good. Yeah, it was. It was very. I don't. You don't know me. I care about protecting the people that I love, and the people that love the people that I love. So it's very important to me. So.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Guar's explaining and apologizing for comforting children.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not apologizing. I'm just saying sorry for if I overstepped. I don't.
Right.
No, I
Mark's
don't.
not apologizing for taking care of people. He's apologizing
There you go.
for like on a decorum level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. It's like just hitting a metaphorical and in some ways physical brick wall of like, yeah, that's fine.
Just realizing that, like, wait, their mom was there the whole time, you know?
Yeah.
He says that's
Yeah.
fine, exactly how Eldrin said that's fine to Nora.
Right.
It's fine. So do you have kids?
In a manner of speaking, there is these group of street urchins that
Okay.
they're not my biological children, but we had a good partnership. They helped us out a lot, and I helped them, and they were in a way they were like my children. I got a very fond of them. That's about as close as I've ever gotten.
Yeah, that's not the same thing, but
Oh no, I'm not saying it is. I'm sorry. I apologize if I want to get overstepped. I just I was just trying to say that's the closest I've ever gotten. I've never had a humanoid being burst forth from my loins, and haven't had to raise it. Do you lay eggs? I don't know how that works. I'm so sorry. I don't know much.
You just talked to me about birthing a child and then asked if I like eggs.
No, lay eggs. I don't know. Eldrin's never
sorry.
explained.
Okay, I was confused and now I'm offended.
I'm sorry. I
No.
don't know. Eldrin's never spoken about this. All she's said is that
That would be a
there's
weird
lots of
thing for my
sex that
daughter
happens.
to speak about.
I would understand that. Yes, exactly. So the subject's never
It's a
come
weird
up. So I'm just
conversation to have in general.
admittedly, yes, you are correct. I just don't want you to think that I think I know more than I do, because I do not. Anyway.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that, yes. So to answer your question, no, I don't have children.
Okay. Good.
But
Oh my god.
but you know what? I was thinking about this. So much has happened since we've been busy. You almost murdered Eltrin, and then all that stuff happened, and the blood, and there's. But my halberd was sent away to be sharpened, and I'm wondering if I could get that back.
It was sent away this day at dinner time.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'll adjust the question a little bit. I'm wondering when that will be ready.
You're asking the Queen of Honoria when your halberd will be ready?
Or who could I
Yeah,
talk
she's the
to
one that
about
took it.
Yeah, she took it. Or had it
She
taken
took it
away.
and gave it to a servant and said, "Get this done."
Yeah, but still.
I know.
There's nothing to talk about.
No, like Joe is fully understanding this conversation.
R is using the drop-down menu of all the things they have in common. Children, protecting
He's gonna start
children.
talking about the weather. Oh my god, please and be like, yeah, the wedding was beautiful.
Protecting children.
Shame you couldn't be there.
Protecting people, weapons, and then it's going to be fighting, and that's it. So
I don't know when that'll be ready.
okay. Yeah, sure. No, I mean, I know it just happened, but I mean, and a lot's happened. I feel I mean, you're a warrior. You understand. Do you have a particular weapon that you're particularly fond of, or do you just take whatever weapon you take, whatever's in front of you? I could see you being quite apt with any weapon you use.
Yeah.
But do you have a favorite, though? Do you have one you prefer? Do you have one that you feel like you like the weight in your hand a little more than others?
No.
Wow, that's pretty good. Are there any that you're particularly efficient with? What's the weapon you've killed the most people with?
Roll a persuasion check on that one. That is an actual question that she would be interested in answering.
One warrior to another. You said persuasion?
Yeah.
Oh, that is a 24.
Okay, cool. The ice seems to melt slightly.
I'll take it. I'm used to Broomhilda, don't forget. So
That's true. Many of our warriors prefer the trident, but I like to be.
I took you for a polearm. Sorry.
I wasn't.
Sorry.
Nope. I prefer to be a little more up close with my enemy. So, sword, any kind of sword.
See the light to lead their eyes.
Why would I want to see that?
I don't like that myself. There was a point in my life where I think I saw that as like a badge of honor of some sort, but I was fighting for all the wrong reasons back then. So
I'm pretty sure they're dead when I cut any sort of major artery.
Well, not right away. I mean, it has to. The mind and the body have. Oh, yes, you definitely have. I mean, I guess logistically speaking, that's true. I just I've been around many people who have took a little too much pleasure in killing. You know what I mean?
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yes,
killing someone is an unfortunate necessity sometimes.
Very true. That we can agree on.
So, Eldrin said she'll be here any minute. We'll pause that conversation. That was great. I love that.
That was amazing.
There was a moment where Ilra was able to be Eldrin in the, like, why would I want to see that? Why would I need to see the lights in their eyes leave?
She's got to get it from somewhere, right?
Yeah. Cool. All right. So how do you guys plan on getting Volmos to this room?
Well, Milo said that he covered his face with what was it? You had a blanket or something?
Yeah. You
No, my cloak.
Cloak, yeah.
Your cloak.
Yeah,
okay.
I just put it over him like a blanket.
So, is there any back ways to I know once I get up into the main waiting antechamber area where everyone is and where we left my
that's
dad.
A good question. Is there a
I want to go
to be able to get down?
Yeah, or I'm thinking there's only one way in and out of the prison, but is there instead of going straight, once I get up, I'm like, guys, let's go to the right, and it's a longer way, but I know that there's a staircase or something that I can take that I don't have to walk right past my father and guards.
I think there's probably a secret way from your room to be able to get to the main floor just in case.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that.
Okay, cool. All right. Anything else to add to this check?
What's the check going to be?
It's gonna be a stealth check with anyone who is holding Volmos.
Okay. Norris, I think, is holding Volmos. And then can I assist him with can he get advantage because we're going that secret way? That way it's not at disadvantage and it's just straight.
Correct. It's advantage because of the way you're going.
I'll guide him as well.
Okay. Just for the record, Milo has a +4 to stealth. I don't know if that beats.
Milo, can you hold Volmos?
Is that Eldrin asking, or is that a physical question? Because I don't know. Yes, he's willing. I don't know if he physically can.
Yeah. I mean, you
How
can
about this?
direct.
Yeah.
Like, that's the...
Actually, this is what Eldrin's going to do. Saren, is she still with us? Or is she going to, Okay, I got a plan. Before we come out of the hallway where all the guards and my father can see us, I say, Saren, you need to ghost yourself up to your body. So you do that. You can just go straight up and figure it out. Don't let anyone see you.
I love that Eldrin... Hold on. I love that Eldrin immediately knows, okay, cool, you're ethereal. All right, this is what you can do. I've known because I killed many of you.
Yeah. I'm like, it might feel weird, but you can phase in and out of things, figure it out. I know you haven't had a lot of time in this body, but you're smart. I believe in you. Next. Noros, you know the secret way into my room. So can you take Milo and go that way, and I will go this way past my father and the guards, and I will meet you there. Do not go into the room until I am there, because my mother is in there, and this is her dead eldest son. So it needs to be handled very delicately.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense.
Okay. All right, let's break.
And break. Cool. So here's what I need. I need a stealth check with advantage from Milo.
I guide Milo before I leave too. I put a hand on his shoulder and I'm like, you can do this. And if you don't, I'm going to be really upset.
I've never been guided. What does that do?
You get a D4.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's amazing. You can do this. And also if you don't.
I don't think I've guided anyone but myself too, so this is the best. This whole campaign. 2 years. I've only guided Eldrin.
That's amazing. What'd you get, Milo?
I think Darth guided me once.
One second, I'm having audio issues.
Okay, you got it. We'll say while Jamie's figuring that stuff out, Eldrin, I would like a stealth check if you're trying to avoid talking to your father.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and avoid. I just more of not hiding, but on a mission kind of thing. So
okay,
I think that's still stealth.
Yeah, I'd allow that with that. Yeah. And I also need a stealth check from Saren.
I can do that.
Because I'm wearing my mother's armor, I get disadvantage. Yeah. So 13.
Okay.
Milo got a 25.
Nice. Awesome.
20, not natural.
Okay, cool. Very nice. So, as you guys break, Eldrin, you start to come out to the jail cell. You open the jail, you open the jail. You go past. What did you get on your check with your father?
13.
13. Okay, cool. Your father kind of stops you. Whoa, wait. Are you okay? Is everything all right?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm gonna go back upstairs and see how everyone's doing.
Okay. I will call for you in a minute, and you just make sure you let me know how they're doing. There's a couple other guards that have to. Did you see that?
See what?
I was looking past your shoulder.
Is it Saren or?
You're not sure. It's past your shoulder.
Yeah. I kind of look over my shoulder, and then no matter what I see, well, if it's one of my friends I see, is it?
You don't see anything.
Okay, I say I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought I saw. Okay, maybe another time for one of those long naps, huh?
It's been a very long 2 days.
Yes, the guards are. I think. Oh, this is a good point. Cool. I rolled high for that. The dice wanted me to. Corvus just has like a realization. The jail. Oh, okay. The jail. All right. I'll see you in a minute. And just starts to go down to the steps towards the jail. Says to one of the guards, "Open it immediately, please." And the guard opens it, and they go down. The guards seem to have a separate set of keys. Not a single guard wants to come up to the Princess of Honoria and ask for keys back.
Mhm.
So,
So technically, they were my mom's keys because she gave them to me, but she probably got them from her.
yeah, I think that makes sense. Well, even more so, no one wants to ask the Queen of Honoria for keys back. Cool. So yeah, Saren, you just go straight up. You start to pass through like as you're going through.
Oh my gosh! Please end up in Zaris's room.
Yeah, it's actually a good point. Roll me a survival check to be able to figure out where your body is.
Oh my god.
I feel like Eldred in the dirt or in the sand through a rough really bad map of here we are, and then if you just go up these kind of things, I'm pretty sure it's right here, so you'll be fine.
25.
25, nice. I'm gonna just roll one more check. Okay, cool. The couple that you have passed by a couple times now, Eldrin, you are moving.
They were supposed to evacuate.
Yeah, no, and they're still kind of in the same. I need to gather a couple of things. What is in my room? And you hear a scuffle and as Saren, you just passed by just a couple rooms and you just bamf out of there. They're old and no one's gonna believe them. And you managed to come into the room with Wilbur and Gerard. Gerard immediately growls at you. And this is the weird thing here because also Anrin and Navos are here.
That's why I asked if they brought my body with them. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna terrorize the children. Fine.
This terror is better than dead brother terror, though.
Yeah, I guess
you
so.
do see them before they see you. Gerard sees you first, though, and growls. You see them kind of look up and then start to look in your direction. So you, as they're turning to look, you can do whatever you want to do, say whatever you want to say.
It's just me, Saren. I'm trying to get back in me.
Okay.
It's probably fine.
Persuasion check with disadvantage, please.
It's just me.
It's fair.
It's just me, Saren.
It's just me.
It's just me. I'm the problem. It's me.
15.
15. Okay, cool. Anrin sees you, fully passes out. And Naples rolled a nat 20.
Oh my
Naples
God.
looks at you and goes, "Oh, okay. That's fine. Your body's over here." I don't know. Wilbur's kind of on it. Wilbur I won't play Wilbur. Wilbur seems to.
I feel like Wilbur passes out. He passed out when he saw.
Yeah. Wilbur passes out into his pile of cube poops.
Yeah. We'll say for the sake of simplification there, yeah, Wilbur just passes out. But Navos fully is accepting of this and doesn't seem to be bothered at all, which further concerns Saren and what goes on in that tower up there. What is Zaris doing to this kid that he's not even afraid? But yeah.
As far as she knows, his potion got her into this mess. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need anything from me? Oh, I think my sister's dead, and just starts to
For just the lull, can Ladrin have passed out too? So it's just Navos awake.
I think a nat 20 allows this to happen for sure. That
Because I think that's just
full conversation
hilarious.
with Nabos. Yeah. Do you want to see my cat?
I think I'm gonna try to go back into my body first.
Okay. So after?
Maybe you should see if your sister's okay. I think she just passed out. I don't think she's dead. I hope she's not dead.
We should probably roll her down the steps to where the mausoleum is.
I don't think you should do that.
Okay. Just stares at you.
She's just gonna turn to her body and ignore the weird little kid trying to talk to her. She has no idea how to deal with him.
You see Gerard on full-on attack mode.
She puts her hands up. Gerard, it's me. I promise. I'm there, but I'm also here. I'm gonna just go back to me now.
Roll me a animal handling check. Straight roll.
$14.
14. I would say 14 is not going to cut it. You see Gerard fully pounce on you and just happens to go right directly through you. And you see that it's your opportunity to kind of go back into the body.
Mm-hmm.
As you try to go back into the body, like you touch and you feel yourself kind of go through, and it feels like warm to the touch. It's something different that you felt from anybody else. But it doesn't feel like you can just touch and then go in. You actually start to kind of recognize in a weird way at this certain point right now, you feel like you're connecting, and you kind of put your hand in the way that your hand is, in the way that your body's hand is, it does seem to connect, and you're able to kind of move the hand. But you recognize at this point that right now your body that you would be possessing is a lot like wearing clothes. You are essentially puppeting a human body in this moment as you start to put yourself into that frame and then sit yourself up. Feel your limbs, feel your jaw, feel around. It feels warm to the touch for you. We'll say, for the sake of time, Wilbur wakes up and Saren, roll me an insight check.
20, not natural.
Okay. I'm having you roll this insight check because, not because I think there's a clear answer, but because I think it's something that is recognizing that there is a journey here. That you're not sure what would change if you happen to have taken Palmos. But you get the feeling that it would be different than the feeling you have now. I guess another way to kind of look at this is saying, what is Saren feeling in this moment? As you are moving your limbs as if you're almost in a human suit.
Confused, mostly. Just like in a constant state of like, what is happening? What did I sign up for? How am I gonna fix this? And also at the same time, I feel like she tries to like puts her hand out and tries to manifest that psychic blade again. And It does not work.
Nothing. Does not work. I think we're going to end the session here. That's a good spot. All right. With that, we zoom out from the large window as we hear the same sort of dolphin kind of go by in the distance. And with that, we will end tonight's session. Oh boy, oh boy. Yes, very much so. Very nice, Kayla. So, Kayla, you did ask me a question earlier of like asking like you I'll say that like the way you phrased it was like you know I chose the other thing, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, as a point of clarification, we can talk about this outside as much as you want to. I think the answer to that is that you, yes and no. You are and you aren't, obviously. There are certain aspects that make this deal difficult. But I think what you'll figure out along the way is that there's pros and cons to both. And we can kind of talk about that privately on Discord as well if you want. But yeah, Discord. Saren found her body. And here's the big thing that I will tell you as a DM, I was not planning on happening. You saved Volmos. I fully expected Volmos to be taken. So, very cool. Man, that...
The day's not over yet.
Day's not over yet. That's true.
Technically, it is. It's midnight, you said. And so it is... technically, it's the next day.
I feel like the deal doesn't start till tomorrow. It's fine.
Until a long rest, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's that's technically true. There's some stuff that's kind of going on to incentivize. Yeah, we'll leave that there.
He's gonna go kill the dolphin.
Fair.
That's gonna be her first soul.
You know what? There's plenty of
dolphin
that you can kill. If we need to and things go south with the Ixochitl, you have like 100 and something of them. God, we just have like a death camp.
Yeah, let's just restart the Ixochitl war.
Milo was very specific in his promises.
Yes, it's true. Well, I mean, it would.
It may not have needed to be.
It would make the separation between Saren and Milo right now even more so. What a great! Oh my gosh! Like, oh yeah, I'll bring Orin into this. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Which gave you a little bit more insight into Orin as well.
Mm-hmm.
Point of clarification: it has to be something with a conscience. In terms of like,
those.
Yeah, like if you're in question on whether or not this thing has a soul, the answer is probably no. I'm not saying in the normal world. I'm just saying in the D&D fantasy world of this, because I can't just say like it has to be a human. Like it certainly doesn't have to be a human. But it's not a bag of rats situation. You can't just carry around a bag of rats and just kill the rat.
If you could do that, you could have the hat of, I forget what it's called, but it's something about basically it's a hat of vermin or something like that, and 3 times a day you can get a bat, a frog, or a rat from it. Mm-hmm. That will do what you want for an hour. Actually, it won't do what you want for an hour. It just does things. It's fun. I have it in the other campaign I'm in.
Obviously, you guys can... Oh, wait, did we do this already? Did we already explain your class?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Do you want to do it now or do you want to do it later? It's up to you.
I want to wait because I feel like she needs to do her long rest and talk to her patron because I feel like that would be a good way to figure it out because Saren doesn't even know what's happening yet, right?
Yeah, I think
Not fully.
Not fully. Yeah, certainly not fully. What you were told is, I need you to bring me souls.
Mm-hmm. And now
I
her
think that was
psychic
it.
blades don't work.
And now her psychic blades don't work.
That's pretty much all she knows. I do have a hint though. I bought my first D100
Nice.
Oh.
Very cool.
for reasons that I still can't explain.
Very cool. I also want to mention, I don't get to do a kudos thing, so I want to do my kudos. Kudos to Mike on the conversation between Elrin and Guar. It was
For real.
just so fun.
Yeah. It was.
And I feel like we've...
It's just nice to be recognized.
I would say we've
Like
had
me.
some interesting thing where we've had like I would say the past couple of sessions we've had like, I don't know, it depends on what you guys think. I think there's been points where like characters have had to work a little harder to be in any sort of certain spotlight in this case because a lot of stuff's been going on. So if you feel that way, I apologize. I really am trying to make it be as consistent for everybody, but it is like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on that's very particular to some people.
Guys, I broke my camera.
Oh no.
Oh, you did.
Oh,
You're not
no.
here.
Oh,
Damn it, Kayla.
wait. 1 second.
Well, you can't do kudos if I can't see you. All
There
right.
we go.
Hey.
I got against the cord and it freaked out and it froze.
Didn't like that.
You can name that cord Gerard.
Yeah, that was fun. Gerard does not like this either.
Fair.
So this will be an interesting hurdle, I think, in a lot of ways. Cool. The Elrin conversation.
That was so good.
What was great about that too is that like Guar was like, I think Guar was like uncomfortable, right? and Elrin was absolutely not, like fully like in a point of like,
yeah.
Because I think Guar had so many like mixed feelings because he saw what happened in the training grounds, but also really wanted to spar with her to learn some stuff and to test his mettle. So he's like, I gotta like be cool for my friend, but also like she's a total badass, so I want to ask her some questions. I want to pick her brain because Guar always wants to learn more. So, but also like, you stabbed my friend a lot, and then you know, and you didn't go to your kids as fast as I did. What's wrong with you? Like, so there's just a lot of like, yeah.
Yeah, I think there was like, for the record, like mechanically, I want to make this very clear. Mechanically, you were just quicker.
No, I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's totally fair for Guar to be like, why didn't you get there? Like, why aren't you as fast as me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think not to play this card because I hate putting this, but like I think Elrin's complicated. Elrin's actually one of my favorite Anorian characters that we have. Which I have a good amount of that to thank from Lorianne on the idea of like how this backstory built into this and trying to kind of like think of the idea of like what would someone that has gone through this act like. So that's been fun for me at least. Yeah,
I think it's cool that Guar got to see a bit of her more like non-steely cold side.
Just
really,
a hint, and you had to say the right thing too.
Well, but no, I'm just talking about whenever she took care of the kids and she was like tending to them and like being affectionate and caring and caring about them. Like I think only Guar got to see that.
Right. I think a lot of that is not to get like super uppity on this, but I think a lot of that was something that if we were interviewing my concept of who Ilrin is, Ilrin would actually look at that as probably a weakness. In
Which
the
is,
like, yeah, in the warrior type way of like, I am, like a mother, like a mother bird of prey will push the like little ones out. Like that's what's supposed to be happening, but I don't want to do that, and that's weak of me to do that.
Well, right, because then if she has someone that can, like, if she has something to lose, then she's vulnerable.
Right, and it's also not being fair to them.
Right, which is funny because like I feel like Guar is slowly getting to the point where he's the opposite. It's like having people that he cares about gives him strength.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Grog and Vox Machina.
Yeah, I think that's something. That's the difference between. That's a difference on how you handle loss. Is the way that
Sure.
works out.
Sure.
Yeah. I just want to say I love how you run with Ilrin. So basically, all I gave Joe is this: that she's a badass warrior who loves her children deeply and will do anything to protect them. That she's the strict parent, which often led us all to go to Corvos for things, but him and Ilrin were a united front. And that she takes the children's combat training very seriously and doesn't go easy on them, and believes that the best way to truly protect her children is to instill them with confidence and the fighting skills necessary to defend themselves. So there are a lot of things that are like, I feel like
I thought there was a lot there. I think there was a lot there to be able to kind of. I think I specifically was really like interested in the idea of like, she's not the parent to go to when you want something.
Yeah, she's the survival skill parent, and then Corvos is the thriving skill parent.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I even wrote like later on, like about Navos, for example, because I wrote that he was more of a bookish and quiet person, and that's something that Ilrid and Corvus disagree on, because she's like worried that he's not doing well in combat training, and Corvus is like, just he's gonna find his own way. Like take it, he'll take his time. He'll be fine.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I really connected with Navos. Like my childhood was Navos' childhood of like, I don't understand, why is he so different? And just being like, yeah, I mean, just so you guys know, I can't make a cat appear out of nowhere. But
damn,
well, what am I doing here?
It was just drawing a cat and being like, guys, look at my cat.
Yeah. I think that's something I was talking about in the Tuesday group too. There's a lot of like, we put a lot of ourselves in our characters. Sometimes we don't realize that until something happens. And this version of what we put into our characters could be ranging from anything of like what we wish we were to like what we would be if we chose a darker side of things that happen to us. At least from my experience as a DM, I've noticed that with players, that it is borrowing a lot from that, depending on how heavy you get into role play stuff. So, which I love. It's really fun, and I think that's why D&D is magic. Yeah. Anyways, and with that, let's go ahead and do our kudos and things we're excited about. And this week we've been doing things backwards. I actually want to start with Kayla.
Kudos to Mike for the Ilrin conversation. That was hilarious. Kudos to Jamie for just bringing Orin into all of this and him being terrified of me. I think that gave like Saren some perspective on like what exactly is happening with her, because she kind of came out of it knowing almost nothing. Just, I signed a contract with some evil demon thing, and yeah.
Yeah, I love that because I think that was something that was really hard to convey. So I'm really glad that you got that sense from a reflection of someone getting that from you. So yeah, because that's it's as a DM, you have an idea in your head of like what this looks like, and you're trying your best to explain it to your party, and sometimes that's hard to do. So I'm glad that came through. Very cool. And things you're excited about.
I'm excited for Saren to figure out what is happening with her psychic powers. I don't want to give anything away, so I'm trying to be vague.
Cool.
But
I love that.
I'm excited for her to get more into her patron backstory kind of thing, because she hasn't really brought that up or hasn't like needed to this point, and now she needs that guidance.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's great. Very cool. Awesome. Jamie.
Kudos to Kayla. Having facets of your character that aren't ready to be shared with the party is very hard for me. Because I just want to like, hey, look at this cool thing. So like kudos to you that like you played tonight really well. I am excited. I'm excited to see how Sarah. I'm excited to see how Saren like adapts to having her body feel foreign to her. Kind of like I'm thinking like a theme park character, like poor like proprioception, like running into things. But I'm really excited to see the drama that comes out with Volmos, and having the like, because we've named it, but we haven't had him in the same room with his mom and his sister, and like, you know, above ground, literally above board right now. That'll be really interesting to see how that plays.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I'm very interested in it because I didn't think I would have to do it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Cool. Mike.
Well, I think it goes without saying, but Kayla, Saren's plot is just so thick at this point. Like I can just pour it over my pancakes, like, and I just really want to. Like I cannot wait till, you know, to see your character's stuff just keep getting revealed, because I just feel like there's still so much we need to know about her, and now there's even more. So I'm really excited to see that play out. Yeah, obviously, Jamie, your move with bringing in Orem was fantastic. That was such a curveball, and as soon as I saw Joe's face, I was like, "Oh my!"
Yeah.
I think, and then to that point, I think Joe, you played that off really well. I think you went with it, and you know, I think that you've been rolling with our punches really well. So keep up the good work there. Lorian, I think that I appreciate your commitment to the bit, especially with the Triton like mannerisms, like the I don't understand the point of this. Like why like I don't know. I just really appreciate that, because I feel like you've done it so well that like all the NPCs have the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And like that, I think that's what made the conversation with Oren was so funny, was because like I'm high charisma, low intelligence, high intelligence, low charisma, and it just like that's very silly. So
yeah,
I am very much looking forward to everything everybody already said. I am looking forward to getting Celeste back, and retracing those steps as soon as it's like narratively appropriate. to do, because I feel like it just hasn't made sense for him to do that yet. Obviously, there's just been way too many important things to do. I'm also interested to figure out what Corvus knows. Because he seemed to know some stuff, and he was the present. And like, okay,
He's a paladin.
Paladad, yeah. And I would just at some point like to see some sort of like side quest where like, you know, Corvus and Guar get to go on some sort of like buddy cop sort of, you know, Lethal Weapon style madcap quest together. That'd be kind of fun. He's getting too old for this shit, and I'm the guy that doesn't play by anybody's rules but my own. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where we go from here.
Cool. Very cool. I love that. Lorian, you kind of hinted at it, so I don't know if you fully got, but there was a reason why Corvos. I mean, I rolled for it, but there was also a reason why Corvos saw Saren.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Corvos is a paladin.
Yeah. So kudos to first Jamie. That thing with Orin was amazing. I was so excited. And then also Kayla with the whole thing of, I really liked how you played, how you were going to handle Volmos. I thought that was really interesting because there was a chance that like any one of us could have gotten down there and see you just like sitting around doing nothing as he dies. Which I thought would have been really interesting if he did die, and the dynamic between Eldrin and Saren going forward with that. Also, I feel so bad for Saren with Raylor. Like, he just got away from you again. And then also kudos to Guar with that. The conversation with Eldrin was just amazing. And I am really looking forward to finding out some things from or seeing what happens with this whole thing with Volmos. I don't know if any of you found it weird that I asked for more than just Guar there. I specifically asked for Illirin for reasons, and I've been trying to play more and more. Eldrin would say in a heartbeat that her father is her favorite parent, but I don't know if you guys have noticed, anytime it's a very tense situation or something that like is life and death, she asks for her mom. Which she probably doesn't even realize she's doing. So also, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting because I think when we talked about it last time, Illirin was like, I said 2 words to him and left. So the fact that Eldrin is forcing her to do this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super cool. I also like, and I've been trying to play off of that too, that you, because you said, I think the end of last session, you even mentioned it again at the beginning of the session, how frustrated you were with your father's response about Saris. And I felt like I was like this, like I'm holding fast to this because I think I kind of caught that. I think I caught there was a moment where it's like, I don't want to say it because I don't want to give it away with it, but I think there's something that makes sense to me on what you were talking about with Ilrin and going to her for big decisions and things like that. So.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I think without realizing it, Eldrin's like, if I need something to get done, I need to talk to her. And she and her are more like than Eldrin likes to admit to, which is why I said like she started pacing like Ilrin and then realized what she was doing. And she's like, I'm not doing that, and then sat down.
That's exactly it. That's what it was. It was like the idea of like, if you need something to get done, you ask her, and I was like, does that remind you of anyone? Like, it is very, very much. I think that was your like the way that I personify or invest into it is the idea of like that was your problem growing up, and that's what creates this weird sort of connection now is that you guys are the same person. That just chose different paths.
And I want Norris to point that out to her because that would be a hilarious conversation where Eldrin gets very angry. I don't think he would though. He's too smart.
One more thing.
I don't know.
I'm trying to be as passive as I can with the NPCs that we have around. As far as recognizing things.
I noticed one thing that I had something hit me and I forgot to mention until just now, that I think one of the things, because you said that Ilrin and Eldrin are very similar, even though she prefers Corvos, it's interesting because I feel like the relationship that Eldrin and Guar have is almost like kind of like resembles the relationship that she has with Corvos, like not like me as a dad, but just personality wise, which is why it makes sense to me though that like Eldrin is kind of like, okay, Guar, whatever. It's like she does that with Corvos too, like, okay, dad, whatever. Like, I don't know. I just kind of made that connection. I just think it's kind of funny. So
yeah, I think the connection is more. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say that Eldrin and Illirin dismiss the most like powerful person in Honoria constantly.
Yes.
Although Eldrin does still like see him as like walking on water, as we saw in the council thing. Like she's like, isn't he great? Like he's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. That is. Yeah, it's still there. Like, and that was what I tried to kind of convey in the moment of everybody who was in the room when Eldrin ran out to meet Noros. There was that moment of like, okay, cool. If there was any question on whether or not they're going to be okay, it's thwarted. It's gone. Like they're going to be fine. So yeah, D&D is fun, y'all. D&D is fun. Well, gang, we did it. I think. There's no announcements, but I would probably have to say them at the beginning of this anyway. So, just so that everybody knows, for our Wednesday group, we are running for the next couple, for the month of April, and there's some times that I have right now that might need to be moved around. But let me know if you're interested, because we're running a Learn to Play D&D stuff this month. So if you're interested in being a part of it, it is free for the veterans. So if you guys want to run a funny, interesting, or cool character and be able to help some people learn how to play D&D, hit me up. So it's going to be Saturdays, Eastern Standard Time. Right now, I think we for sure are going to have a 3 o'clock. This week, we have at least 3 people set up for that. So,
cool.
Yeah, so let me know if you want to be involved. But other than that, I love you all very, very much, and I'm very excited for this terrifying conversation between Volmos and Ilrin. So,
Yep.
All right, gang. We'll see you later.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.